Hello. Hello, hello. I see a couple people have popped in here. That's exciting for my spontaneous live sale here, which was not originally planned. But sometimes we just have to be spontaneous, right? Welcome in, Nancy's Vintage Treasures. And Cow Lady 33. I'd love to know the story behind that username. That's cool. Lori Fool Girl. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you guys are always welcome to give me your first names if you want, because then it's easy for me to just call you by your first name. Because then, like when I go into sales, I hate it when, I shouldn't say I hate it, but I much prefer to be called Curry rather than Cherished or Cherished Relics, because I don't know, it seems more personal. So I hope everyone is having a great evening and have had a nice weekend. My intention today was to start taking down my Christmas decorations, but I didn't get to that. I was busy like doing other things, like getting ready for this. I decided kind of last minute that I wanted, oh, well, that's not going to work. I thought I could do that, hoping that the sign would show, but it's too far over. I was planning to do some removal of some Christmas decorations today, but then I got all caught up on pulling all of my, TRIFARI. I literally went through every ounce of jewelry in my workroom, which is a ridiculous amount of jewelry. And instead of just setting aside things for just Crown TRIFARI, I also pulled things for Monet. I pulled things for like J. Crew and Avon and Sarah Coventry and Coro, and thought I could do other nights where I'm only picking a certain kind of jewelry, and then I don't have to go pull them all because I already did it. Isn't that great? That sounds like a lovely plan to me, because I don't have to go through and do it all again. So anyways, this is the first time I've ever tried this mirror thing. I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. Usually I have a piece of, I don't know. It's like stone that I set here. So I don't know how I feel about looking at the reflection, but I can't really avoid the reflection because that's just the angle that my camera's going to hit. But I suppose once I put some items down there, we really won't see it. So, hopefully that'll work okay. So, hey there, KS Treasures, and Mel just popped in. Hello, hello. I don't know if I'm going to see Felicia tonight. I know she was kind of had a little cold, the flu. But if I do, if she does pop in, I did want to show this awesome book that I bought from her a while back that has, just like she said, some fantastic pictures about different, costume jewelry designers and the like. And it has a huge section on TRIFARI. So I thought for just some fun tonight, I may, try to ask some TRIFARI, questions to see if you guys, just like literally like trivia questions about TRIFARI history and that sort of thing. So I don't know if I wouldn't even know it if someone asked me. So I'm going to sound all smart because I'll have the answers in the book right in front of me. But you guys are very smart out there and knowledgeable, so you might actually know. But look, the TRIFARI section, let me find it. It's over here in the main section. TRIFARI was considered a designer profile. He was considered a designer. Not that all of these others, which are perfectly great jewelry brands, that was in the fancy section. So it literally had like 12 pages dedicated to just TRIFARI. So look at this. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to make you fall. A lot about history, about kind of like a timeline, and then a lot about different types of jewelry that they carried and all that. It literally goes on and on and on. Let's see. Keeps going. It's unbelievable. Keeps going. So it's like 12 pages. I'm like so impressed. So anyways, I totally plan to use that tonight for some fun trivia. But I got to set it somewhere where I can have a chance to look at it. So anyways, if this is your first time here, my name is Curry. And I'm with Cherish Relics Boutique. Let me move this over a little bit. Obviously, I sell part-time here on District in the Lily Works Jewels, Antiques, and Makers Marketplace. I also do part-time sales on eBay as well. So you can find me on eBay under the same name, Cherish Relics Boutique. And then in addition, I also have a YouTube channel with tons and tons and tons of opening, unjarrings, unboxings, hauls, jewelry videos. So you can look under the video section on my YouTube, but you can also look under the live section, and tons and tons of videos. If that's kind of your, cup of tea, you should go check it out. Consider following me. So, and you also know on the page right now, as you look on the screen right now, if you see a follow button somewhere on the screen that you don't follow me already. So if you'd like to follow me and get updates on when I may be doing lives, I definitely will follow you back. Typically I do lives on a routine basis on Mondays and Fridays. Sometimes I participate in our trains on the weekends, but because we're just getting over the holidays, we didn't have a train this weekend. So I just decided today to do kind of my own one anyways. So with that being said, I have all TRIFARI, all crown TRIFARI that I'm going to be bringing you tonight. There's definitely a range of value for a lot of pieces in the TRIFARI world. Some pieces, when I go and do Google Lens searches on them, hey there, KS Treasures, how are you? Ooh, I'd love that, to know a little trivia about TRIFARI. Okay, well, we can learn together. As I'm looking up like Google Lens searches for some of these things to get ready to put them in my store, you'll see I have them all in my my storefront. Some of the prices just blew me away. Now, you guys also know that I really try to be super competitive with my prices, and the prices that you'll see out there, I'm usually way, way below it, because I want to give wiggle room for many of you that purchase from me that are also resellers. So I work really, really hard to try to get good prices. I spend a lot of time. I'm really happy to be able to pass that savings on to you guys. Yeah. So, with that being said, maybe I could start the evening off. I'm just going to look at my book here for a second and look at some really basic information about it, and see if I can just maybe start it off with asking a trivia question about TRIFARI. Does anybody happen to know the name of the person where TRIFARI was, started with? It was founded by a newcomer that came to this country from Naples. Does anybody happen to know what his name is? I don't. That comes later. Yes, in 1930, he joins as the chief designer. You are correct. Very good. Alfred Felipe joins as chief designer, and the company expands and becomes the second largest U.S. producer of costume jewelry. But you're right about that. That is true. And that was in 1930, but way, way back in 1904, Gustavo TRIFARI immigrates from Naples to New York and works with his uncle making costume jewelry. And then in 1910, the company TRIFARI is founded and becomes it was founded and becomes just TRIFARI after 2 years, meaning at first it was TRIFARI, the company TRIFARI. I don't know. They kind of changed the name a little bit. And then in 1918, TRIFARI and Cressman founded a year after Lear Cressman joins as a sales manager. So they kept kind of updating the name. It kept changing and kept changing. Okay. So I'm not going to keep looking there. I want to start with jewelry, but I can ask other, questions as we go along. But I'm very impressed, KS Treasures, that you knew that, because you say, I don't know all those names. He was Alfred Phillips came to the company later, and I absolutely didn't know that. So you need to teach me a few things. So anyways, I'm just going to do it in order, like they're in my store. So I'm going to start off with this very simple buyer's choice of a few necklaces. that I don't know how much I'm going to love I don't know how much I'm going to love the mirror. So let me do this. Okay. And actually, I had already updated this. I don't know why it didn't reflect it. Okay, so here are some shorter TRIFARI necklaces. Every single thing I'm bringing you tonight is TRIFARI, every single thing. So some of it's TRIFARI, some of it is crown TRIFARI. So all of these necklaces I'm showing you here are all just shorter necklaces, kind of like choker necklaces. And these two are super cute. They're like 14 inches, and they're just these little cubes with a little, colored rhinestone in there, which... that one is teal, but I have another one here that's purple. And they sound to be glass. So that's good information to know. So they do have the expected and what you would expect TRIFARI hang tag here. Both of them have that. So the gold tone on both of them look fantastic. And I didn't mean to have these all tangled as I pulled them out of the bag. That was not the way I planned it. Anyways. So those are two choices for this buyer's choice. You could choose one of those two colored ones. Pretty short choker chains there. And then I have this really lovely, I've never seen a style like this. This is this is a shorter chain as well, of course, marked there. More like a version of a snake chain, but with like a herringbone design on each side. I know there's a name for that, but look how short this is. This is super thick and would be a great thing for, like a bigger pendant to add. And it looks like it's sitting at right about 16 inches, just so you know, on that one. Let's see if I was right about this. I said 14 inches, but that's pretty darn short. It might be 16 inches. I lie. Those are 16 inches. Oh, you're going to know all the answers then, Mel. All right, you're the one. Well, then maybe you can answer some questions when I don't know the answer. Another one I have, here's a question I have for you, Mel. I definitely recognize this hang tag. It's a little bit more ornate of a hang tag for TRIFARI, okay? But then this is an older bar link chain. The hang tag looks like that, and I also still believe it's TRIFARI, but I just think that little hang tag has sort of evolved over the years. So yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm guessing, because this definitely seems to be the newer, or is this one considered to be crown TRIFARI when it's got a more ornate top versus this one? I don't know. You guys tell me out there. Would this mean that this is just regular TRIFARI and then this one is crown TRIFARI? It's easy when I'm looking on a brooch and there's like a cartouche and like an imprint, because you can see the little crown over the T in the word TRIFARI. But on these, I just didn't know the difference. Does anyone happen to know? Okay, so I'm going to run this and see if we have any takers in those shorter chains. And they are looking like that. And so they are $6, and it would be buyer's choice if there's any takers. When I went and did a Google Lens search on these were coming up as like $18, $20. Definitely these were. So $6 to me was a great price. And I can, of course, pull up a Google Lens for you and show you that. Will end up taking a ton of time. Do you know about the T tags? Meaning, are you asking Mel if she knows? Yeah, I'm wondering if Mel happens to know. Because obviously I'm very familiar with the way that one looks. I don't know. I just hadn't seen this one a lot. But I know it's still TRIFARI. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, thanks for taking a look. I may bring those back later and maybe lower the price just a little bit. All right. So as you can see, everything that I'm going to be bringing tonight, there were 2 items I didn't get a chance to make a listing for, but everything else is in the store that I'm bringing tonight. So you're welcome to take a look at that. I saw another necklace like that, so I'm curious. Oh, you mean with the different cartouche looking thing? You see, I don't like that. I may end up having to just bring back my other thing. What could I set back there? You see, the fact that this is showing is going to bug me. I might just have to put a couple big pieces of jewelry back there. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not bringing these to auction yet, but I'll just put them back there because that's just bugging me. Hey there, Chrissy. The tags help to date the pieces more in the later years. Right. So I definitely have seen how the maker's marks have changed over the years. And I even looked that up on my phone where, here, I'm going to show you. TRIFARI maker's marks. And at least when the entire full word is written, it has evolved, you know. Let's see if this will let me see. This is not cooperating with me. Why are you doing that? Let's look at this one. Okay. So, goodness gracious, go away, all these things. So that's when the full word is written, but it doesn't show me one where it's just, you know, the hang tag. I don't know. I'm just curious of anyone's thoughts. Hey, Chrissy. Hey. Okay. And I do get that the maker's mark definitely dates them, but I honestly, tonight was the first time I ever noticed that the hang tags were different. So anyways, okay, we'll move on. Yeah, I don't know about like, okay. The trivia is probably going to be intimidating for me. Okay, so let me bring here, here is a whole bunch of enameled vintage TRIFARI earrings that literally this buyer's choice. For $4, you're going to pick two. So that's going to make them like $2 each. Okay. And so here are the choices. And I can run this more than once. Okay. So here we have some enameled black and gray. It's kind of like a metallic, kind of painty, swirly gray. Okay. I'm sorry. Looking like that. And of course, you have your mark back there. So these are all pierced, okay? These options here. We've got some blue enamel swirled post back earrings here. Again, they're all going to be marked. And I believe most of these enameled ones are not crown TRIFARI. I think most of these are just TRIFARI. Although this one right here is crown TRIFARI on the right. I do not like how that light. See if I can get the lights to angle differently. I just don't like how it's. Okay, you guys have just fallen to the floor. Sorry. I just didn't like how the light was shining down on it. It was blinding me. I don't know how you feel. All of these are pierced, the ones we're about to do. Okay, I'll show them each to you. So, of course, these are post back. These got really big backs, and these are in really great condition here. Okay. I will change the backs on these. They're not new. It looks like one back is new, but not the other. Okay. And we've got these really lovely kind of leaf textured. You can almost see that texture kind of underneath the enameling. Okay. Also post back. So that's another choice. Oh, and those are just regular TRIFARI. Then we have these that are also regular TRIFARI, enameled kind of cream and tan, also post back. And then we have these black and gold enameled ones that go in the ear like that. And those are also regular TRIFARI. So the only ones that are crown TRIFARI are those blue ones right there. You see? Ugh. I don't like that. I might have to take this mirror away. It's going to drive me nuts. Okay, I'll do it after we finish this. So I'm going to start this auction. You're going to get to pick two pairs for $4 in this auction. And yeah, these are in great condition, great condition. I think the older ones are, to me, probably these black ones. All right, no takers on the clip, on the post back. All right. I can bring them back if you have any interest. And right now, I'm sorry to have to do this, but I have got to put my stone here. I cannot stand this mirror. Cannot stand it at all. It's just flashing everything in the way I don't want it. So if you give me a second, I'm just going to change my scenery here. You can sit here in all the jewelry and watch me try to do that. All right. I apologize. I was trying to be all pretty. Oh, doesn't that, vintage? I have, a whole bunch of vintage stuff from when I had my antique booth. And, but I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Oh my gosh. Could things go any worse tonight? Good Lord. What a headache. All right, back to normal. Now we're not going to have stuff flashing in our eyes. I should have tested the whole mirror thing before I started my live, and then I would have known I wasn't going to like it. But tell me what you think, but I would assume you guys didn't like it either. That was driving me nuts. Okay, let's start again. Yes, I would agree. I don't know. I just think the quality of Crown TRIFARI at that time, they made such quality pieces with Crown TRIFARI, that is. All right, so I'm going to move on here and let's see what I want to pick. Okay, this is picking two for $5. So that's these right here. Lovely earrings. And I'm going to bring you way down so you can see it. All right, so we have, these are all clip back, okay? So we have a dangle clip back here, kind of a little bit of dimension, okay? And then I have sort of a textured leaf. They're like double leaves with a really nice texture. You can see them there. Also clip back, and they'll have their marks on the back. And those are Crown TRIFARI, the ones I just showed you. These are just regular TRIFARI. If you care, I don't know. Oh, yeah, those are regular TRIFARI. I don't know if you care to know that, but you might. Okay, then we have another pair of lovely leaf textured clip backs. And those are Crown TRIFARI as well. You know it's Crown Trifari because on top of the T, for those of you that don't know this, in the word that's written for Trifari, you can see literally a crown on top of the T. I don't know if you can view it very well on this one. Let me get another one where you can view it better. That's upside down. Because some of you may not know what I mean when I keep saying Crown Trifari versus Trifari. But on top of the T, you see how there's a little thing on top of it? It's like a crown. And that's how we kind of identify it. Okay. Another choice here are just these little clip-on stud ball kind of button earrings. Okay. Gold tone is looking fantastic. And those are also Crown Trifari on the back. And we already did those that are also Crown Trifari. And then we have these really cute, I've never seen these little cute studs before for clip-ons. But they're little textured flowers, gold tone. And again, these are also Crown Trifari. Okay. So you get to pick 2 for $5. Okay. Of these. All right. So I'm going to start the auction now for anybody interested in any of those. Hi there, Bumble and Light. Nice to see you. And we've got Lori FL Girl is winning right now. $6. We've got 2 seconds left. I'm trying to look here at Amelia. Bumble of Light is Amelia. I was trying to look up the name so I could remember. All right, Lori, it looks like you're going to get to pick first. I can run the auction again, but which 2 did you want to pick? She says, I'll wait for her to answer. Sure. I can show you the double leaf again. Not a problem. So there's 2 double leaves. There are these, looking like that. And they look really clean and in great condition, okay? Then these just need a little bit of a cleanup. They're in great condition. They just need to be cleaned a little bit. You can see it's got a little bit of verdigris on there. But I can clean it, and it will look brand new. Okay? So, what you thinking? Okay, so you want both the leaves, okay? Am I correct? That and that, and I will get those cleaned up for you. Okay, perfect. And we got 3 left here, and I think the 2 best are probably picked. So I am going to duplicate this, but I'm actually going to decrease the price, starting price to 4, since the 2, to me, the 2 best ones were. And I'm going to run the auction again. So now you get to pick 2 for $4. And the auction is running now. So this was Lori. Bumble and Light is winning. And now Lori is winning. And now Bumble and Light is winning. Thanks for your bids, guys. I bet you're going after these cutie patooties. These are the cutest little things I've ever seen. And those button ones are nice. Okay, it looks like Amelia is going to be the winner of those. Thank you, both of you, for bidding. Lori FL Girl. I'm not going to write that every time. And I need to get a pen that writes skinnier. This doesn't write skinny enough for me. Okay, so you be thinking, Amelia, which 2 you would like. And then whatever's left, I may, at the end, there may be some Depending on some things that sold, I may put some things together to create a lot at the end. So you love the tiny flowers and the balls. I would have picked those too. Okay, excellent. So I can't really run an auction of you pick two with only one pair left. So I'm going to put those away for now. And like I said, I may bring them back to create some sort of, kind of lot at the end. All right. Thank you for your bids. I'm trying to get you a baggie here. And I would like to grab a different pen if you will give me a second. I did not like the way that pen was writing. It was too thick for me. Making me crazy. Let's see if this one's better. Okay. I'm just writing Bumble. I know who you are. All right. Thanks to both of you. Awesome. Lovely earrings. All right. We're going to press on here. And I just want you to know there's going to be price points today with the things I bring that are going to be all over the place. Mel, who, as you know, she was mentioning is a collector, knows that the value of a lot of TRIFARI and Crown TRIFARI can be quite high. But I also have some things that maybe don't have as much value and that so you're going to have kind of price points all over the place. So you're most welcome. All right. I think I'm going to bring, this, in I guess it's intaglio glass pendant. I guess it's the way that the glass is like engraved. Let me find it. From behind, where it kind of creates this texture as you're viewing it from the front. But it looks like this. Okay. It's got this little, kind of scene of a boy and a girl. Maybe they're holding another child or they're holding a puppy. I'm really not sure. Let me look under my loupe. Oh, no, she's holding flowers. I couldn't tell. She's holding flowers that maybe the little boy gave her. But here on the back, you can see the mark is right here. And this is Crown TRIFARI. So you could add it to a chain yourself. Now, again, when I go and do Google Lens searches on this, it comes up for much higher than $5. And just so, I just want you guys to know what you're getting. So sometimes I want to be able to show you. So let me snap a. Okay, so here's an example of some of them. Now, why that one would be 125 when this one's only 30, and then there's one that's 22. So it's kind of all over the place. So obviously mine's much, 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 much lower. But if there's any takers there, there's that auction starting now for anybody interested in that intaglio glass pendant. It's pretty cool. And KS Treasures has got a bid in, and it looks like she won. Awesome, for $5. What an awesome deal. And I can't remember if KS Treasures, if I ever wrote, is your name Kim? Am I remembering correctly? Because I really try to write these names down, but I want to write you on here so I can quit calling you KS Treasures. Way to go, she says. No, it's Corey. Oh, I think we talked about this the other day. My name's Curry. Your name's Corey, and they're both kind of unique, different names. Got it. Okay, it's on there. Way to go, she says. Okay, so that is a great deal. I'm excited for you. Okay, I'm going to put it in a new baggie here for you, and then I'm going to grab my book behind me again and see if I can think of another. There you go. Okay. Another basic trivia question that I could ask you guys that, okay, well, this is not TRIFARI specific, but this is just about jewelry resale in general. But, obviously TRIFARI would make little sets that would, go for, certain people. And at the time they had done one for the First Lady, Mammy Eisenhower. They had made a TRIFARI set for her that was like, it had a necklace and earrings, and it looked like this. Okay. Here's my question for you. What do you call a partial set of jewelry when you only have two parts? There's a specific name we call it in the jewelry world. It's Corey. That's right. Yes. And you can have a full set that's three or more of these, or you can have a set of jewelry that's matching. It's by the same designer, all that, where there's only two pieces from the set. Does anyone know what that's called? I know y'all do, because I've heard some of you talk about it in your lives, and I certainly have said it before. Does anyone know? They're called demi-parure sets. Demi meaning, like kind of partial. A demi-parure set would have two parts, and then a full parure set would have three or more. So they had made for the First Lady, Miss Eisenhower, a demi-parure set where they had matching earrings and necklace. And let's read about it real quick. This necklace and earrings, part of a demi-parure of faux pearls, emeralds, let me bring it closer, and diamonds, made to an original design by Alfred Felipe for First Lady Mammy Eisenhower. TRIFARI made other pieces for Mrs. Eisenhower, notably for the 1953 and 1957 presidential inauguration balls. Fancy. Imagine having people make jewelry specifically for you. You know what I think would be the coolest thing is if I ever came across jewelry that was in that book, because and I'm going to show you a little bit later tonight, but there's some extraordinary pictures of some TRIFARI jewelry that's just, oh my gosh. And I'm sure the ones that are in the book are probably super, super, super valuable. But it would be so cool to like try to find all the ones in the book and actually have them for yourself. So with that being said, let's make our next auction a demi-parure. And let me find one of my demi-parure sets that I'm bringing tonight. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. But I do have this lovely demi-parure set that has magnolias. It's super cute. And demi-parure doesn't mean it has to have a necklace. It just has to have two parts. And so this demi-parure set has a brooch and then earrings. It's super cute. Okay. It's like dogwood. Okay. This is Crown TRIFARI in excellent condition. Look at the beautiful dimensional look to it. She says, yes, those are probably the most expensive ones I know. I know someone who found a Juliana necklace that was on the cover of the book. You're kidding. Oh, that's amazing. Wow. The cover of this book? Meaning she found this one? Or the cover of a book? Wow, that's awesome. No, the Juliana book. Wow, that's pretty impressive. So here you go on the back. We have our mark for Crown TRIFARI right down there at the bottom. And then we have these lovely, they are clip back earrings that match. So let me pop those open so it's easier for me to hold them. And then I can show you the demi-parure set all together, okay? And so when I go up and I do Google Lens search of this, some people are listing this set as high as, $100. But then I can also turn around and you can buy individual pieces to this set and create your own set, and they're much cheaper. So I had to make the price points realistic for that. So I just wanted to show you here so you know where I got my price points. But, there's prices all over the place from 60 to 161 to 20. And so it was this one that brought my price down, because if you're adding earrings to that, there was a demi-parure set down lower right here that was for 110, but I think that's higher than it should be, especially when you're considering that the individual ones you can get as low as $20, $30. So anyways, I am bringing them tonight for a $26 auction start, and the auction has started now. This set is so pretty. I just love the dogwoods. That's what I think that they look like, is dogwoods. So we have Amelia in for 28. And then Lori had done the first bed, and then Amelia, and we have 2 seconds left. All right. And so that beautiful set's going to go to Amelia. All right. It's gorgeous. Very, very nice. Now you own a demi-parure. You might have already had a demi-parure. Do you have other sets, Amelia? For like even other designers of, classic vintage jewelry. Well, now you have a TRIFARI one. I was trying to turn those earrings the right way so you could see them in the bag. There you go. There's her demi-parure set. Very nice. Okay, cool beans. All right. Let me bring another one. And then, how would I do... this is just a pair of simple post back acrylic oval shaped gold tone. Oh, actually, they're not. They're acrylic pearls, like they're faux pearls. Okay, so they look like this, and I literally had a start. They are pierced, looking like that, with a little bit of kind of rope texture around the outside. The gold tone looks fabulous. There's the back of your earring. It's got actually new backs on there. So anyways, and this is just a $2 start for these little earrings. TRIFARI. And Lori's in for 2. And let me see if they were TRIFARI or Crown TRIFARI. We've got 8 seconds left. Yeah, they're just regular TRIFARI. But very lovely, very classic. Can go with a million things. And then Lori got an awesome deal. TRIFARI earrings for $2. Yay. And they're in great condition. Lori. Okay. So congrats on that. All right. So those are coming to you. Thanks so much. Yay, she says. That's a deal. I promise you everything isn't a $2 start, but there are a few things that are. So it's nice when you can get those really great deals for really great condition earrings. They look fabulous. Okay. So let me bring, I have a whole bunch of really like statement necklaces. Did they all get in here? One of them is the one that's back here on the thing. We could just start with that one. Let me bring that one up to stage. Okay, and what I'm going to do here real quick, this is a 28-inch long chain. It does have in the back, a spring ring clasp. The chain on here is textured, if you look really close. Okay, and obviously if I didn't have it wrapped twice around the neck here, it would hang much longer, but I just wanted you to be able to see. This is like an Etruscan revival kind of cross with like scrolls and Definitely has some domed effects there. Okay, with a really significant bail there. Okay, and so when you go and do a Google search of this, this is what you can find. That one's not the same one. This one is. This ornate one here. Some of them looked different. I'm going to take it from a different angle because it's not pulling up the same ones I had pulled up earlier. Okay. So that is the one that we're looking at here. This $46 one. You can see some people have quite a high price on it. They're kind of all over the place. Some higher, some lower, but some of them pretty significant. So definitely room for resale. But, you know, I kind of based my price on the lowest price that I find. That's where I get my prices from. So the lowest one I found was that because I want to beat the lowest. So anyways, this is just stunning. Just very, definitely a statement necklace to be worn and will just be classic and not go out of style. But I am going to start the auction now for that beautiful cross pendant. It's a $38 starting bid, and we have 11 seconds left on that beautiful pendant. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, thank you so much for taking a look at that. All right. Now, what I want to do real quick, I want to grab this book. And what I want you guys to do right now, real quick, because I know some of you, you were wondering if this was crown, or did you ask that before I ran it? Or you were wondering if the earrings that I just ran were crown? Is that what you were asking, K Treasures? My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't see your message. And I know that the auction's already over, so it's not helpful to you. I think I looked at it while we were doing the auction, but they are just regular TRIFARI, the ones that she had won. Not crown TRIFARI. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm sorry I really try to answer when I see it, and I just missed her thing. So what I want you guys to do that are in the chat that are kind of hanging out with us is I want you to think of any TRIFARI brooches that you have. And I want you to tell me, you know, like 1 or 2 kind of figural things that you have a TRIFARI brooch for. Do you have a floral TRIFARI brooch? Do you have animals? Do you have a certain, leaves? I'd like to know, because there definitely are some types of brooches that have been very classic TRIFARI. So tell me if you can think of any, if you guys know of what kind of shapes you guys have for your brooches. And I'm going to show you some in here that are amazing. Okay. So, obviously, TRIFARI made a lot of pins that were in floral, fruits, leaves, and that sort of thing. And I'm not going to go and read about each one of these. But look at the value of some of these if you were to find them. And I don't know, this book is not new, so the value obviously has probably varied some. But boy, that would be amazing to run across one of those, right? Here's some more floral ones. Matching earrings with a brooch. Demi-pur set. Look at the details in this one right here. And how that plant kind of goes to the side, each of those. Anyways, I would love the basket of the flowers. Yeah, so which one was that one? The basket of the flowers. Oh, yeah, this one. Yeah. What a neat find that would be, huh? Basket of flowers pin, gold plated with amethyst, blue, jonquil, and rose pink rhinestones. Yeah. It'd be so cool to try to find some of those. Beautiful. So a lot of the brooches they made were obviously of like nature, flowers, leaves, probably insects. I know insects, blah, 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 you know. So, okay. Well, with that being said, I'm going to bring a brooch right now for you that's kind of coral in color. I believe that it is faux coral, but the line of brooches that have the look of this brooch, this is domed, you can see. There's the back. And your TRIFARI marks over here. It's just so hard for you to be able to see close up, but it is, in fact, crown TRIFARI. Just can't get close enough for you. You have an owl one. You have a few, but I'm only going through my items and I forgot a lot that I have. Yeah, I get it. I get it. And you have some of the smaller ones, yes. But there was a whole line. And if you look really closely, you see each of those flowers sort of have texture within them. And I love the way they have that added detail of the pins that's holding those, you know, acrylic flowers in there. And there it kind of looks like the center of the flower. But if I take a quick picture here of this, you're going to see there was like a whole line of some brooches that they had made, and brooches and other jewelry that was sort of in this, you know, faux coral. And like this isn't the exact one, but it definitely is in the same color tone. There actually was a coral one that was in that book there. Now, when I looked, I wasn't able to find one that looked exactly like the brooch that I had. But, you know, these are all to me very similar, coming from the same family. So those are super pretty. But yeah, I don't understand. That's not even hold on, I should put TRIFARI up here. I should there you go, a little bit more similar. And here's some that has flowers really similar. You know, where you can sort of see that texture in the flowers. Crown TRIFARI. So anyways, I just wanted to show you a few. Anyways, so yeah, I'm really loving that. Very spring, in excellent condition. So this has a starting price of $28 and the auction has started now. For any takers on the beautiful dimensional brooch. Thanks for your bid, R.M. McGarry. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I love that you got that. That's so awesome. Okay, that's fabulous. Okay, let me get a bag for you. Hold on one second. Okay. Now, do you own any other like coral colored ones? Or is this your first? I just think they're gorgeous. Oh, actually, I had this bag that I had it in right here. All right. I'm not writing the whole username. I know who you are. Okay. Well, congratulations. I know, I do too. I really love it. It's probably more impressive in person. I promise you. It's just outstanding. So congratulations on that. Yay. Okay. All right. So what can I bring next? I don't want to do that. Okay. I was going to try to look at something. Hold on one second. I am coming right back at you, I promise. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's so hot in this room. I live in Pittsburgh and it's like freezing cold outside. Like snow on the ground, like the whole thing, all the things. And I'm dying of heat here. Okay, so let's move on. All right, thanks a bunch, Pam. And we're going to bring, let's see here. How about I'll do this little bracelet. So this is a 7-inch bracelet. It's multi-strand, silver tone. And I have a pretty small wrist. So like this is, I think 7 inches is probably the biggest I would want to go. But I think the idea when you wear this, you have your mark for Crown TRIFARI right there on the back. And it is in fact a box chain that you just press it like that. And so like I'm going to try to put this on myself so you can see how it looks on a wrist. Sorry. Putting a bracelet on yourself is always a challenge. Come on. Are you going to cooperate for me? I struggle. I can't put it on myself very well. Do you guys always have to get your husbands to put your bracelets on? I'm just the worst. Carrie, you wear bracelets all the time. Do you have to get your husband to do them for you? I swear, that was so difficult. Look at how pretty. I have a pretty thin wrist, and so that's what it's looking like. Okay, multi-strand with all these chain links. And for, my size wrist, it even stays in place because you definitely would want this to be towards the top, so that's really, really lovely. So, I have some pre-bids. I can go check that out. I can go work on those next. Thank you for telling me. I'll go do it. Thanks, Marissa. Yes, I'm sure he does because you always have lots of bracelets on and lots of different bracelets, Okay, so I'm going to start this auction. I just had an $11 start on this. I think I was looking at, asking prices around $25, $20 to $25 is what I was looking at. So this is a really, really good deal. I think Mel's going to love it if it ends up going home with her. Yay for Mel. Woohoo. It's lovely. So it's really easy to take it off. I just struggle putting it on. You know what I mean? As I say that, and now I'm trying to take it off, and there we go. Okay, cool. It is so lovely. All right. That's going home with Mel. All right. Thanks, Mel. It's heading to you. So yeah, although I have these starting prices pretty low, I'm quite aware what they're going for. Like when you're, but I really try to bring a good price so that we have some wiggle room there. All right, so let me go check out what some of the pre-bids. Okay, I see one there. Okay, I can do that one. And then, oh, okay. I see one pre-bid. One, oh, two, sorry, three, four. Oh my goodness, y'all have been busy. Five. Okay, so I'll just start for the first one that I see towards the top here, which are these earrings, these crown TRIFARI earrings. And we have a pre-bid with Lori here. And let me grab those. They're right here. These are kind of pretty because the back side of them, these are clip back. They're pretty heavy. Obviously, lovely textured. I love those little kind of dots on there. Definitely domed, as you see there. Got some dimension. And then the back has sort of got this open work to it, kind of looking in the dome area. So, yeah, and then we've got mark for crown for TRIFARI right there on the edge. And yes, it is crown TRIFARI. So we had a starting bid of 5 and we had a pre-bid there, but those are pretty stunning earrings. I'm going to start the auction now. Anyone else interested? So far, Lori is winning with a $5 bid. They're really lovely. So do you mostly, Lori, wear clip back earrings, or do you do resale where you are buying clip back for your customers? All right, congrats on that. Okay, both. Perfect. You know, people always talk about how you do like catch and release, where sometimes, you know, you have jewelry come past you, you know, where you can enjoy it for a while yourself. And then, you know, maybe you have had enough and you want to move on to something different and then you can go sell it. You know what I mean? So congrats on that. Okay. So, we also have these on the card TRIFARI earrings right here that also Lori had bid on. And they are looking like this. Oh, but I will wear these. My birthday is in 2 hours. Oh, fantastic. Well, happy birthday. That's fabulous. Perfect. All right. So these are the TRIFARI earrings on card. They are lever back. And yeah, so they have never been worn. They're just on its original card with a big whopping $3 start. You can't beat that. So the auction is running and we had a starting bid. Lori's in for the starting bid. And these are just regular TRIFARI, not crown TRIFARI. Let me take them off the thing. They're just regular TRIFARI. And we have a bid of 5, 2 seconds left. Okay, so those are going with Lori. I was trying to, okay, I will try as we move forward to make sure I specify every time crown or not, because I should have done that ahead of time. I apologize. It's interesting because like on earrings like this, it's like, where do they write TRIFARI? Yeah, because there's not as many places to write it when you have the pierced earrings as when you're dealing with, you know, clip back. But anyways, congrats on that. And so this is going to go with Lori. Thanks so much. Now you have more earrings for your birthday. You can change them every couple hours. There you go. Those has some really soft colors in them. I like it. Okay. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. That's going to you. Okay, let me keep plugging away at these pre-bids. This is a really good deal. The reason these are 2 for $3 is because these show a little bit more wear, and they're smaller. So that's why the price point is what it is. So I'm going to show it to you. Okay. All right, this is just you can see smaller. This is probably about 1.5 inches long, kind of looks like a paisley, black enamel with rhinestones that are sort of graduating in size from up to down. And this is regular TRIFARI, right there. Oh, you can see it right there. You just can't get the light to be perfect for you. Okay, and then this brooch, all the rhinestones are there, but it's just showing a little bit of yellowing from the glue. You could definitely clean it up. I have not touched it at all. So you could probably, I would not immerse you know this, you don't want to immerse them in water because the backings of a lot of these rhinestones will have, foil on them that you can definitely make them turn black. And then they'll become what we call dead stones, and we don't want dead stones. But you can definitely take a little wet brush, like a toothbrush with just a little bit of moisture on it and work on it that way. So anyways, for the both of those, it was a $3 start. So I'm starting the auction now. And Bumble Little Night is in for 4. Lori's in for 5. Bumble and Light is in for 6. Amelia. Lori's in for 7. They are about 1.5 inches tall. Bumble and Light's in for 8. Y'all like those brooches. This is what Tiffany is another one of our Steelbirds is her username. And she, everybody's different. Congratulations there, Amelia. Some people really, with the aging that you can have in all of this vintage jewelry, for a lot of people, they like it because it brings it character. It shows that it's had a life before it's come to be in your hands, which is, a cool thing. It's, so that doesn't necessarily make some people shy away from them. So, it's just different people have different, things that they're looking for or whatever. So, I'm glad that those were ones that made you guys happy. All right, so this is going with Amelia. And then I got to grab that book again because I want to show you some of these other cool pictures of some of these other, see if I can come up with another question. So I'm just going to write Bumble. All right, thanks so much, Amelia. My daughter was almost an Amelia. Oh, that's neat. Both of those names are pretty, actually. Okay. There you go. So that was won by Amelia. So congratulations, Amelia. Yep, I'm going to go to that one next, okay? So the buy it now, buyer's choice of textured brooches. Okay, but let me see if there was one more that had a pre-bid. I think there was one more. Let's see. Oh, yeah, this necklace has a pre-bid, or actually there's a couple of pre-bids. Lots of pre-bids. But you want me to go to the textured brooches first? I'll do that first. Are you referring to these ones that I'm moving to stage right now? One Crown TRIFARI dimensional textured brooch. Is that what you're talking about? Now these brooches are, when you go and look at them, to see what the starting prices are for them. If you do a Google Lens search on these, they're going to come up as 25, some of them even 30. So they're definitely valuable. I obviously have a lower starting point there, but, whoever wins the auction will get to choose which one they want. So Really lovely. So let me show them each to you. But yeah, I've Google Lensed all of them, and like I said, the asking prices are anywhere from $25 to $40 each. That's asking. That is not the selling price. That they're two different things. Probably when someone's got an asking of 20, they probably maybe are selling it for 15 or 12. It's not always the same as what your asking is, because people do take offers. So this is a very textured, it's almost like these ribbons that are sort of intertwined in each other. Now, all four of these brooches are, oh, good. You look them up, so you know what I'm talking about. Good. Are Crown TRIFARI. Okay. So, yeah, so that's the first one. They definitely have value. I think might be one of my favorite ones. This reminds me of the other Magnolia one that you got the demi-pourri set for, except, with some more leaves. This is also Crown TRIFARI. All of the gold tone. Like, even when you have the bar that looks that good, it's just in such great condition. So that's a second one choice for whoever wins the auction. And then this is like Branches. It's a little bit more muted in color. That doesn't mean it's lost its gold tone. It just means that this was a brighter, richer gold tone. This was more of a muted one, just so you're aware. And it's got sort of like shiny branches over matte textured branches. So that's pretty cool. And then we have a silver tone one that has textures, and then it's like shiny on the edges of each of those. It makes me think of like a, I don't know, what this really makes me think of is it makes me think of fireworks, but fireworks don't really look like that. It is just like a little fern plant or something. But anyways, those are all Crown TRIFARI. They're all in excellent condition. They're all pretty similar in size. All looking to be around 1 1/4 to 2 inches wide. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start the auction. Whoever wins the auction will get first dibs on those. So I'm starting it now. TRIFARI developed a special gold tone, the jewelry coating for jewelry that never tarnishes. Nice. All right, Lori is winning now, and Corey is in for 9. We have 2 seconds left. All right, so Corey gets first choice. I'll let her pick, and then I will run the auction again. I'll just duplicate it and run it again. So if you would like me to lift any of them up closer so you can take a closer look, I'm happy to do that. So you just let me know. But you might already know what you want. I have lost my pen. Oh, here. Way to go. I love how she always writes that. You're so positive. That's so awesome. Okay, so here the top two. These are the more goldy in color. And then here are the bottom two for you to choose from. More matted, silver and gold. Okay, so what is your choice? She's thinking. Hi there, Dawn. Welcome in. You want the ribbon one. I like that one. Yep. And so just as I mentioned, okay, so this is going to KS Treasures, which is Corey. All right. And just as I mentioned, hold on one second. I'm not going to do this for all of them, but I just want to show you. So she ended up paying, $9, okay? And then we're looking at a value when you do a Google Lens search on it. Yeah, these are ones that were hitting right at about 40. Those were 2 at least. So, and then you get to ones that are different brooches. So that is a great buy. So excited for you. Congrats on that. It is a hard decision, but guess what? I'm going to, I love Dawn when you always have your cat there on your little cat emoji. You're so cute. Okay. So thanks for that. And I am going to run it again. So let me duplicate this. And we now have 3 left. Okay, and I'm starting the auction again. For anyone who's interested in that, we have Lori in for 8. I'm sorry, 9. Lori's in for 9. And Lori's now in for 11. Thank you for your bids. And it looks like Lori's going to get a pick there. So she'll get to pick one. All right, Lori. What is your eye telling you? They are lovely. I love the size of these brooches. The top one. So the one here that looks like sort of like tree branches. Okay. Great job. Looks good. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to take a picture of all of them because then I don't have to keep taking a picture when I want to just show you guys what its value kind of becomes. And that one pops up as there was a listing for 29 and one for 50, but you can see it definitely, you can get a range, but a good buy. Excellent, excellent. Way to go. Congrats on that. I am going to duplicate this once again. And we have these 2 lovely brooches left. And I'm going to, let me just write this name first so I can pay attention. Oh, is that the wrong one? I'm sorry. No problem. Let me rearrange. Hold on, no problem. I didn't start the auction. Let me go back and see what I missed. The top one I thought was the one with branches. So now I don't know which one. So just describe again for me. She wanted to have the dogwood. Is this the one you wanted? My bad. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate everybody in the chat, all of us resellers here helping each other out. I missed that. I think the way I had my hand oriented, the top one to me looked like one. So I'm glad I didn't start that auction again and then have that. So this beautiful one is going to go home with, I'll run it again in just a second. Thank you, Marissa. I really appreciate it. And I think, some other people might have been chiming in as well. Oh, that was just mostly Marissa, but I really appreciate it. I know you know. Okay, so that one was Lori. Okay, nice job. Okay. Okay, so we're now down to these. And I'm going to start the auction again. We have Corey in for 7. We've got 10 seconds left. And Lori is in for 8, and then Corey is in for 9. Got 5 seconds left. Okay, so it looks like this one is going with Corey. And she can let me know which one she'd like. The silver one. Okay. So there you go. It's in excellent condition. And just wanted to pop up here and show you because it's already pulled up. For those of you who don't know about the Google Lens, you really got to learn how to use it because it's unbelievable. But just again, like I was telling you, you were going to get some ranges anywhere from, $25 to $40. So again, I don't make these things up, just so you know, kind of the value of what, again, those are asking prices. So those are people asking for those, but they're not necessarily, making that much. And obviously I'm making way less than that, but I also know what I paid. So as long as I'm making some wiggle room, then I give you room on your end as well. So congrats on that. And I will run it again if anyone might be interested in the last one. Woohoo! Thank you so much. That's going home with you. Okay. And I'm going to duplicate one last time. And this time, just since it's the last one, and to just really stir it up, is I'm going to lower it to 6. And we'll see what that does if there's any interest. All right, so the auction's running now on this last one, which is really nice. The branches where the center is more of a shiny effect, and then we've got the texture. And so it's back and forth with Lori. Living on the edge, Curry, that's right. Carrie, that's right. I mean, Chrissy, that's right. Wow, you guys really want this brooch. And this is what we call an auction. I don't know if it's, we would say it's an auction battle, but the back and forth is good. And even with them bidding on this, everybody, they're still going to end up with the brooch that they're purchasing far below what you're looking as, value. So you're still getting a great deal. All right. Well, congratulations. That one's going to go to Corey. So beautiful, beautiful brooch. Great condition. Okay. Congratulations. And thank you to both of you for your bids there. I'm glad that both of you were able to get ones that you liked. But I'm just going to show you again. So we have somebody listing it as 50, 50, and then you have someone up here for 29. It can sometimes be all over the place. That is a different brooch right there. That is not the same brooch. But so you get an idea. Okay, cool beans. You're most welcome, to both of you. Okay, so this is KS Treasures. So it looks like all right. There we go. Thank you, thank you. Okay, before I move on here, since we did all of those fun little brooches, I wanted to I'm going to try to lay this flat and lift my thing up. It'll probably work better. But yeah, I wanted to show you more again of again, all of these pages were all TRIFARI. And these were just pretty extraordinary. Those were obviously, these have a lot of enameling and rhinestones and details on it. So now we're flipping here to more of like the leaves. But these are even obviously way fancier than even the ones we were looking at. Like, look at this one with grapes. This one's really cool. What kind of reminds me of the way it's made of the coral one that, someone had bought earlier, where they have the little pins and it kind of looks like the center of the little flower there, and sometimes, they would, use other, different types of materials to make these. Look at all the little fruits, little mini pins and fruits. Yeah, it would be pretty neat to come across one of those. Okay, I'm not going to keep flipping. I'm going to save the other pages for later. Okay, so let's see what I can bring up next. Is there any requests on what you want me to go to? I guess I could just keep going to some of those pre-bids. Okay. So we have a pre-bid on these acrylic. This is actually a really nice necklace, and I will put it up on my neck here. I'll lift this one off since we already ran the auction for that. And again, I'm happy to go back and rerun auctions if there were any that I auctioned and that. So let me get that other one. Yes, isn't it so stunning? You're so funny. Wasn't it you, Dawn, the other night when we were looking at the gorgeous rock crystal necklace that's just, and you're like, let me just gaze at it. You're so cute. I think that was you. Yeah, we were up late in the middle of the night. You and I were doing all the things we do in the middle of the night, just playing games and all that. But Okay, so this is a fold over clasp. This is Crown TRIFARI, marked right here on the back. You can see it, kind of hard to see. And then this is what the front looks like. Okay. Every single one of these sort of like acrylic beads, they're all capped with these little kind of floral leaves that have some enameling on them, and they're kind of antiqued. I think it's done that way on purpose. That's just a little piece of dirt that will come off. That's not permanent. Just so you know, they're all white. Okay. And so, yeah, so that's a lovely piece. So there you go. Lori has a starting bid of $8. I'm going to start the auction now. Anybody interested in the Crown TRIFARI beaded necklace? We've got 13 seconds left. Again, you can see some of the details there. 3 seconds left. Okay. Looks like that's going to go home with Lori. Woohoo! Congratulations. Yay. Okay. So I'm going to put it in this bag for now, but I'll put it in a fresh bag when I pack it up for you, okay? Just to save time where everyone else doesn't have to sit and wait for me. All right. Well, congrats on that. It's a lovely necklace. And again, when you look at some starting values of, I think I saw stuff around $20, $25 maybe for listings for that. So very nice. Hey, do you guys love my ring? I got to tell you a story. Everyone want to have story time for a second? Which, by the way, I know some of you have been around the last couple shows that I've had where I was explaining about how I had injured my hand because the cat had, and it's kind of mostly gotten back to normal now. You can finally see my veins again. A little bit of yellowing, a little bit of bruising still down at the end, but much, much better. But totally different story. When I first started to get into jewelry resale, I've always had like a certain style of jewelry that I liked. And, someone had told me about, shopgoodwill.com, how you could go online and you could do these auctions. And I'd never done it before. And so I tried it. For any of you who have never tried shopgoodwill.com, they have, they auction off lots of stuff, but they definitely auction off jewelry. And you can also buy jewelry in bulk. And that's how I get a lot of the inventory that I go through. Now, mind you, a lot of the inventory when I buy a whole bunch of jewelry in bulk, like 30 pounds of jewelry, most of it never comes to auction. Most of it gets sorted through by me, and then it gets put into craft lots and then into, wearable lots and that sort of thing. But before I ever did my first full-fledged auction for a lot, I auctioned on this ring, which I was so enthralled by. I thought it was so different. I just want you to look real closely. This is old. This is really, really old. It's an agate, a bezel set, Cabochon agate. Sorry, here. And you can see it's sort of got some mill grain details. Just the construction of it. I think it's made of brass. It's not gold. I've tested it. But look at the undercarriage of this ring. Isn't that stunning? It's just very unique, very different. So I really believe it's made of brass, not gold, because I have tested it, but it hasn't lost any gold tone either. So that's why I think it's brass. But isn't that a neat ring? We love it. And I have a pretty skinny finger, so a lot of times things can look too, overwhelming on me. But that's a pretty big ring for me to wear, but I loved it. Anyways, there's story time. Now we can move on. Okay. How about let me see if I have any more pre-bids, and then we'll just go to some of the other. Okay, one more pre-bid on this one. And it looks like Lori pre-bidded on this is one I've actually brought to auction before. All of those other brooches that you bid on, I hadn't brought all of them to auction before. Let me find this one. Where is it? Where did I put it? Hold on. Why am I not putting my eyes on it? Because I have it. Did I like make it fall or put it away somewhere? It's not in here. Did I drop it? Oh, here it is. I don't know why I couldn't find it. Okay, this is very kind of Art Deco-ish to me. It looks very different than the other, brooches we were looking at. I will have to say that the size of it is pretty similar to the other ones. It is still about, it's just short of 2 inches, but it's just very Art Deco-y to me. It's got a beautiful kind of teal, kind of, I don't know, I call like a denim blue emerald cut rhinestone there in the center. Okay. And it's asymmetrical. Again, this is a Crown TRIFARI. There it is marked right there. A beautiful brooch. I mean, and I don't have my other, my wedding, this is an extra ring I wear in addition to my wedding ring, but my actual wedding ring has an emerald cut. So I'm a little bit biased to emerald cuts. I think they're beautiful stones. So I'm going to start the auction now on this beautiful brooch. And right now, Lori's in for $6 for that beautiful brooch. And now I think it's Lori that had said her birthday's in 2 hours. So now her birthday is in 1.5 hours. I think that was Lori who said it. Yay, Lori. Woohoo. See, nice birthday present. All right. So I just love the color of the stone in the middle. It's just this really like deep denim blue. It's gorgeous. Okay, so for now, actually, I will grab you a baggie. I love it. Gorge. Definitely gorge. Congratulations. All right. Now, I have to tell you guys something. So I don't know how much you guys have heard me talk about my family and where they live. Like my parents were divorced when I was growing up, and my mother actually passed a few years ago. But my father and my stepmother, they live in Australia because my stepmom is Australian. And so they both have dual citizenship, and congratulations, Lori, in both countries. And so, they do come over to the States for visits, it's definitely to come over and see grandkids and that sort of thing. But, as I was starting to do some of these live shows a few months ago, I was trying to tell my stepmom about how she really should go on and register, and then she can come in and chat it up and say hello. I told her, I said, don't bid on anything though, because she lives in Australia and I don't do like international sales. So that's not going to benefit her, but come in and you can chat and you can participate in the live chat and all that. And so just yesterday, I got a notification that she had joined district and then had followed me. And so, I think she's going to make her username Aussie Nana. So if you guys ever see anyone pop in the chat named Aussie Nana, you need to yell at me so that I don't miss it. Because I definitely would want to know if she came. So anyways, that was neat because then she, as Sheila would put it, she would love to, even though I'm 54, she still loves to hear her little girl in the background. She would just turn me on and then just kind of, a lot of you probably multitask while you watch these shows. So that's probably what she would do as well. Oh, you do? Where do they live, Don? Are they on the east coast of Australia? Sorry, I'm crunching on candy. Oh, outside of Melbourne. Very nice. I've been to Melbourne before. It's lovely. They just have such beautiful bridges there. I know I live in Pittsburgh, which is the city of bridges, So we have a lot of gorgeous bridges here too, but they have a lot of modern bridges, a lot of modern buildings. Have you been over there? I've been there like 3 times. If you go, you got to go for a while because it's like, basically 24 hours of travel to get there, you know? Oh, nice. Your grandparents did. Very good. Cool. Well, that's awesome to hear. All right. Well, I'm going to try a little ring here. Let me bring this Crown TRIFARI ring. It's a size 6. It actually looks great on me, but I can't keep everything. I have to show restraint. Where did I put it? Here it is. So this ring, it's got one of those little sizers in there, which is great because, right now it looks about a 6, but you could actually make it big. Like it could sit there, but you could also make it as much as that. In any of those ranges, it will work because of that little kind of sizer thing in there that kind of resizes it. But way up in the very top, you can see your cartouche for Crown TRIFARI. Okay. But yeah, it's a domed, textured, dimensional, really cool ring. And so kind of similar size to this one I have here. I'm going to take mine off and show you. So it's looking like that. It's a fun little ring that will go with everything. So I'm going to start the auction now. So although it says size 6, I wear like a 5.5 and it's not going anywhere. I would say it, ranges from, it's kind of that, gives you different options for size. So we've got 7 seconds left. $7 auction start. Okay. Oh, she came in the last minute. Amelia, the last minute. All right. We got 3 seconds left. Looks like that's going home with her for $7. Congratulations. It's beautiful. It's really lovely. You're going to love it. All right. I'm actually going to write your name right on here. And so is that for you or is it for someone else? You see, I love that it has kind of a little bit of size variation. So there's options. Congrats. Okie dokie. Okay. I'm going to grab this book again and I'm going to see if I can come up with a simple question, just more on the information on the first page to all, especially Mel. I know Mel's out there. So she was giving us some information earlier about, how TRIFARI, when it had, a period of time where, it made the jewelry was referred to as Crown TRIFARI. I think that's kind of their most valuable for like resale kind of jewelry. A lot of what I'm bringing you tonight is Crown TRIFARI. Okay. And let's see here. What kind of question could I ask that you might know? So when we first came in, KS Treasures had brought up the name of Alfred Felipe. Does anyone know what his main job was at TRIFARI? Like, was he the business guy or was he like, the money guy, or was he more like the creative guy? Does anyone know? And then I'm going to tell you about him. Yes, he was the head designer. Smarty pants, Miss Mel, that's exactly right. He was the chief designer. And again, although TRIFARI, way back in the early 1900s is when they were founded. In 1930 is when Alfred Felipe joined as chief designer. Okay, and so let me just read about that real quick right here. I'm looking right here. Let's see, guys, bring it close. Much of TRIFARI's success can be attributed to the Frenchman Alfred Felipe, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, who joined the company as its chief designer in 1930 and didn't retire until 1968. He obviously loved his job. Significant contributions included his high-quality Swarovski crystals, that's good to know, which gave rise to the company's epithet the DeMonte's Kings. I'm not sure I know what that is. Maybe Mel would know. Having previously designed pieces sold via the prestigious jewelers Cartier and Van Cleef and Arpels, Philippe also introduced sophisticated techniques such as invisible setting, usually confined to high-end precious jewelry. So they did actually make some jewelry, like here's an example of one, and this is actually what's on the cover of this book. It was designed by Alfred Felipe, where they had faux rubies and diamonds that were configured with the imitation, with the invisible setting technique. So you don't actually see prong settings in there, but the way they were able to position them in there, they kept, it's sort of like, it reminds me of just channel setting, Anyways, that's worth like $1,000. Wow. However, his most enduring legacy resides in his imaginative and commercially successful designs. Notable among many are the much sought-after 1940s crown pins. See page 129. Okay, we'll look there when we take our next break. We'll go there next. And the lucite jelly bellies. And I've heard them do a lot of talk of the jelly bellies. This is a seal jelly belly pin. So you see, sometimes they made their jewelry using precious metals. So this is actually made of vermeil, which is sterling silver that has been plated with gold over it. And it actually had a prong set sapphire. So they actually used precious metals and gemstones. So that's pretty cool to know. So when we come back and visit that again, we'll go look on that page for some of the others. Yes, I will show you. Hey, and this book is amazing. I got it from, it looks like that. There you go. I got it from Felicia in one of her sales, and she still has a copy herself. Did you get your screenshot? But she also, I hope you got your screenshot. Okay. She told me, and she was right about, sometimes some of these books, in the way that they're organized and looking at them, some of them are just more user friendly than others. And I will have to say, I mean, look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's just amazing. The pictures in this book is extraordinary, but I love how they have all of these sections for all of these different designers. They had the fancy designers, TRIFARI being one of them at the beginning, but then they have other designers, a lot of which we do a lot of resale for in our in our shows and as buy it nows. So yeah, and so it's got a lot of stuff about history of each of these sellers, but just some extraordinary pictures. Look at all of these pictures. It's just fabulous. So definitely a book worth looking for if you find it, like if you hunt for it and you can buy it as a used book. This is a hardback book, so okay. All right, so let's keep going here. Okay. All right, Mel's giving me some history here. He designs, and the jewelry are extremely valuable. That's right. So that was what he did. He was a designer. The Diamond Kings refers to the three owners because their jewelry was above and beyond others, especially because of the rhinestones. Great. The Diamond Kings referred to the three owners. Oh, I just read that. Never mind. It was just written twice. All right. So, this is what I hope. I do research things when I bring them to auction, but I hope I'm not so dumb as to come across one of those fancy ones and not realize it and then auction it for $7. I would die if I made that mistake. I mean, I realize I'm giving you good deals below what, it sells for, but I also know what it sells for. I know what I'm doing. I'm doing it purposefully. But if I had come across something totally valuable and then sold it completely unknowing that it was that, and I don't mean that just for TRIFARI. I mean that for any of the reselling that I do and that all of us do. Makes me. That's why you always got to take your time to research, right? All right. So let me come back up here. So I'm going to come now to these. Now I had brought you all of those textured brooches All of these earrings are also crown. Oh, don't bid. Don't muddy bid. Nobody bid. Nobody bid. Nobody bid. I accidentally started and I didn't mean to, and I haven't shown you anything yet. So just let it run. That's my mistake. Just let it end, and I'll just duplicate it. It's my fault. So a lot of the little earrings that I'm going to show you right now, they look like, okay, so let me show it to you first. They're textured in detail and beautiful, just like those brooches. Now, the earrings themselves don't go for quite as much as the brooches, but they definitely go for way more than 6. Again, I will. I'm going to lay these out and show them to you. Oh, they're so lovely and textured, and so much gorgeous detail. But I like laying them out here like this because then I can just snap that picture one time and I can pull up all of those values. Okay. So I'm not going to show all of them to you now, but like the ones that it's looking at right now on the bottom right, 20. That one's not showing. That one's a different earring, but mid 20s. But some of them might be more too. So just so you know. So I'm going to show you each of these and then we can start the auction. Mel says, definitely have to research with all the fakes. Some companies are now reproducing jewelry very similar to vintage jewelry. Yes, they are, and I hate it. Like those overseas internet, and I want to have nothing to do with them. And I always worry that I'm going to say this to you guys right now. If you ever receive something from me, and I'm sure any of the resellers that are in the chat would agree in the same way, and you feel like you get something where, you can even have fake TRIFARI, and you can have fake, all of them, where the cartouches and marks maybe aren't as strong or bold as they need to be. And so if you ever get something where you feel like, what, I'm not quite sure this was, I will certainly tell you if I'm unsure of the mark of something, but I don't want anyone who buys something from me to ever, even if there's nothing wrong with it, if you're ever worried about the validity that it is what I say it is, just reach out to me and we will make it right, whether it means returning it or taking it, whatever. But I know confidently that all the things I'm bringing you with today, except for there's one piece that when I show it, I'll tell you why I feel like the one piece I don't like the mark that it made. It wasn't, but it was also marked twice, so it might very well be okay. But anyways, so here are some beautiful textured. All of these are clip back, okay, and they're all crown TRIFARI. The gold tone looks fantastic, okay. So you have those pretty little flowers there. Then we have these that have a faux pearl with kind of more of like like a scrolly kind of swirly edges of those flowers. Yes. And I'm the same, when I'm listing, sterling silver, or I'm, when I'm doing all of my listings on eBay where I do kind of more of my valuable stuff with precious gemstones and stuff. If I say it's gold, I want to know it's gold. So I acid test everything. Just because something's marked with a 925 does not mean for sure that it's sterling silver. And also, just because something's not marked with a 925 doesn't mean it's not. So you have to be really careful so that, and you want your buyers to be happy. That's my number one thing, is making sure the buyers are happy. So anyways, these need a little bit of a cleanup, but that's no problem. I can do that. It hasn't lost any of its color. It just needs a cleanup, and I will do that. We have these silver tone ones, again with some shiny as well as matte kind of texture there. All crown TRIFARI, like I said. Those are more like an oval shape. And then we've got these little more kind of edges, more like a poinsettia kind of Okay. But these are as lovely and as in great condition as those 4 brooches that we auctioned off. So now I'm going to duplicate it and we're going to run it. So it's a starting bid of 6. And whoever wins the auction will be able to pick. So, but now it's running. But those are beautiful, beautiful earrings. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And right now, Lori's in for $6. Great deal for her. Woohoo. She gets them for 6. I'm happy for her because it's her birthday in an hour and 10 minutes. Yay. Everyone clap their hands and celebrate for her. She got it for $6. Yay. All right. So you can pick. Tell me which one you want. I'll get a little baggie here. The Crown TRIFARI pearl jewelry is more valuable. The pearls they made have a special coating which makes it harder to find pearls to repair jewelry. Oh, because the pearls, the faux, you're referring to faux pearls, right? I do notice that a lot of faux pearls can scratch off easier, and these look in fantastic condition. And I will have to agree that the wear and tear on a lot of TRIFARI jewelry, that the wear and tear, it wears well, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Okay. So, top right. So you're interested in the pearls. Is that correct? Faux pearls, and I will clean those up for you. Get them looking spiffy and clean. Okay. And I'm going to congratulations, Lori. All right. And I am going to duplicate this, and I'm going to start the auction again. And there are the 3. If anyone's interested in an additional pair. And right now we have Lori in for $6. Woohoo! Very pretty. They're lovely earrings. Now, I brought lots of earrings tonight, but all of them I didn't, some of them to me are, again, these are selling for way more than what, and I meant to take a picture of that one. Okay, she says top. So she wants this. Okay, so real quick, I just wanted to show you those pearl ones that she picked. So there they are. There's only one person that has them, that Eatsy. Let's see what she has them asked for. They probably already sold. Oh, well, that didn't match exactly. That's not helpful because I only see the one. Okay, well, that wasn't beneficial. And we haven't looked at. So are these the ones you wanted, right? Is this the correct one? Okay. All right. And so, okay, so there's one. It's for $20, and there they are for $45, and that's a different earring. So, like I said, you can get a real range. And again, those are just asking. I'm going to put those in there. Okay. I'm going to duplicate this and start the auction again. Okay. Lori, you're going to have multiple pieces of jewelry to wear. Well, it'll be after your birthday by the time you have them, but all right. Well, she got a great deal on these. She didn't even have to do a bidding war. So, which ones are you looking at? Gold or silver? A great start to a collection. That's right. I'm going to put this in this bigger bag and just put them all in there. Well, maybe I won't put them in there together. No, I'm going to keep them separate because I just don't want them to scrape each other. So I'm going to do them separate. We got that. All right. And then I'm going to duplicate it one last time. She said silver. So there we go. And then I'm starting the auction one last time for any takers on that. And Lori's in again. All right. So for $24, so essentially for the value of one of the pair of earrings, she got 4. So that's great. That's right. Okay. All right. Congratulations, Lori. That's great. I may just put Lori on these and not write the whole username because now I know. Okay. And yeah, those silver ones, those are the only ones we didn't look at. Oh, and it didn't even bring one up. So those were harder. It wasn't even able to find it. Sometimes Google Lens can't always find a match. All right. Those are all going home to the birthday girl. Where do you live? What part of the country, Lori? You're welcome. Oops. Okay. Oh, Florida. Nice. Very nice. Okay. All right. So I'm going to bring another one of those big statement necklaces. Is significantly valuable. And I'm going to actually pull the Google Lens thing up for you. It's this Celtic big statement necklace pendant thing. So it sort of has this Celtic look to it. It has a little bit of archiness to it. It is on a very significant chain, 28 inches. Okay. And so I am going to put it up here on the neck, but I'm going to wrap it around so that come on, stick there. Uh-oh. Okay. I don't know. It might stay. It might not. Okay. So when you research this, this is probably the most valuable of all of the things. Okay, so there you go. You see $130, Crown Celtic $120. And you have some other, and then it goes into some other ones, but definitely these are all the Crown TRIFARI ones. So yeah, it's obviously gained some value there. So you get an idea for the price point there. I'm going to start the auction now. Not everyone's style, but some people like those big statement necklaces. Good night. You heading out? Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming. It's been great having you. We hope to see you again. And your things, I usually do. I have another show tomorrow. I have shows that I do Monday and Friday, and this is just an extra show tonight. So I'll do my show tomorrow. Most people know that I hold on to all their items until Tuesday, and usually Tuesday is my shipping day. So yeah, if you just so you know, if you ever want to pop back in another time, I'd love to see you and enjoy celebrating your birthday. Okay, thanks for taking a look at that, guys. All right. This one's perfect. I should probably keep it, but I just rarely wear brooches. But here's a great brooch along with the others. And TRIFARI came out with all of these awesome brooches that were the different letters. And this one is the letter C, which obviously my name's Curry. So it's perfect for me. My daughter's name is Caroline, so it's perfect for her. But neither of us really wear brooches very often. So but it's in excellent condition. You can see the texture there. It's kind of like a swirly kind of loopy thing. It is, in fact, Crown TRIFARI, marked again down here at the bottom. It looks just brand new, immaculate condition. So if you know anybody who's, I don't know when you have a single initial, if it means that it's their person's first name or their last name. I know when they do 3 letters, they'll put the last name in the middle and then they'll put the first and middle names on the side. But when you have a single letter initial, does that mean it's someone's first name? Or is it their last name, or could it be both? I don't know. But anyways, here is a letter C for any takers. And I think they made all the letters. This is just the one that I happened to come across. And in the chat, I'm probably the only one with a C name. I'd have to look. Usually we've got Mel. I think my friend Carrie and Chrissy are here. Yeah, but anyways, thanks for looking at that. Okay. All right, I want to grab this book again because I want to try to ask another little question. And I told you I'd show you some of those other pages that they referred us to. So, and it's okay, Mel, if you answer, because you're probably the only one who knows about all this stuff. Look at here. You know that coral brooch that that one person bought? I can't remember who bought it. But this looks, just kind of looks very similar. It's probably not that it's Hagler. It's very different. He makes a lot of really little miniature detail. Teeny little things. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right, so we talked about that. Oh my goodness. This is perfect transition. You know what I'm about to show? Hold on. Okay, so there's a, hey, let me just ask you this. Do any of you guys know who Evita is? Evita. Tell me what you know about Evita as a person in history. Does anyone have any like facts they can tell me that they know? I know that, yes, I think it's connected to Mexico. Does anyone know about the movie that they made about Evita? And does anyone happen to know who the actress was who played her? This is a good question. It's not really TRIFARI specific, but it is in this book. Good guess. Actually, that's an excellent guess. It was not Selma. It actually was Madonna. So here we have these jewels of India. Pin and earrings are identical to those worn by Madonna when she starred in the movie Evita. Of brushed gold finish with green and red cabochons and clear rhinestones. They were inspired by the Mogul jewels popularized by Cartier in the 1920s. Very interesting. There is actually a piece tonight I'm bringing that's from the Jewels of India line that I wondered why it was so expensive. When I looked up comps, it was like $100. And I was like, whoa. And I didn't realize it was in this book. So that's interesting. So it looks like she's wearing those earrings right there. Okay. So why don't we just bring that item? And I went back and forth on how to price these. She was the wife of an Argentinian president, I think. Okay, so I'm going to look up Evita and let's see what the very simple. I mean, she obviously was important enough to have a book made about, a movie made about her. I mean, we don't have a movie made about us. We are important, though. I shouldn't say that. We are very important. But I bet you she's probably got a Wikipedia page or Wikipedia. Okay, so here we go. Oh, that's a musical. We don't need to. They also had a musical made of her. I'm not trying to look up. Okay, so you're right. There we go. Her name was Eva Perón, and she was nicknamed Evita, and she was a philanthropist, and she served as the first lady of the Argentina of the president in June 1946. She was the wife of the Argentinian president, Juan Perón. I didn't know. I should go watch that movie because I haven't seen Madonna in a lot of acting roles in her younger years. So Alfred Felipe worked at Cartier before he worked at TRIFARI in the 1920s. Yeah, that's right. I saw that they wrote that in one of the little sections there. That's very interesting. It's interesting to learn about the history a little bit. Very interesting. But these earrings literally come from that line. I'm going to show them to you real quick. Okay. Oops. Sorry. You know, and they've got like the three colors. I'm just going to hold one up for you. Textured, those three colors that they mentioned, and then an additional with rhinestones. So this one was part of that line, the Jewels of India. So it's so funny because they happen to have that in the book because that's literally when I did my research, they called it Jewels of India. And look, when I bring up this, when I move this to stage, you're going to see it. Vintage TRIFARI, gold tone, textured, Jewels of India, pierced earrings. So, you know, you're like, why is she asking 25 for those when, that's obviously about what the rest, on a good day, the rest of them might sell for that. Well, because I think specifically this line had some high value. Okay. And so, I want to show you when I looked it up. It's going to blow you away. I love Google Lens. Google Lens is my friend. So there you go. When all the other earrings were, looking at about $25, I was like, why are these so expensive? And now I know because they're part of that line, the Jewels of India. Isn't that fun? All right. Well, that's cool. Well, that makes it look like I did that on purpose. Like, look at how perfect I am in all my teachings of the TRIFARI facts. I don't know anything. I'm learning about TRIFARI just like you guys are. But I thought that was pretty cool. But anyways, these are from that line, Jewels of India, and I'm running the auction now. They are pierced, as you see there. And they are regular TRIFARI, not crown TRIFARI. Yeah. And Mel is in. All right. So Mel now has that history connection. And it's so interesting on earrings, Mel. Like, where do they put? Oh, there it is. I couldn't see the mark, but it's way down there in the bottom. I was like, where's the mark? It might actually be crown TRIFARI. Let me look with my loop, which is even closer than that other one. No, it's just regular TRIFARI. Okay. So yeah, now we know. Oops, I keep dropping them. But Pretty cool. That's fun. So Mel, I'll have to like screenshot that little section for you and send it to you um, in a little message. Love it. Okay. I didn't mean for that to work out so perfectly, but there you go. I certainly didn't know I was going to find that in the book. All right. I'll put some fresh backs on there for you as well, as you know. Okay. Well, congratulations. Thanks so much, Mel. All right. I'm going to bring these really cool earrings. These are just cute. They look different. So different than all the other TRIFARI looking earrings that we've been looking at tonight with all its more like natural, flowers and leaves sort of textured stuff. When I first saw these, I was shocked that they were actually, yes, you're going to have to watch the movie. I am too. I was actually shocked that they were TRIFARI, but it's got like a fish and an elephant and a butterfly, and it's got like all of this etching in it and some embossed. Embossed means that it lifts up towards you, so you can see those little parts that are lifted up. And then there on the back, it's got decorations on the back too. Isn't that pretty? I just have not seen another TRIFARI earring like this. And its mark is right. It's twice. This is the one that I was going to tell you. Oh gosh, I'm the mark that you see that's on the actual clip back part isn't like pressed in very hard. You always want to have a really good imprint because that's a good quality jewelry. But one thing about this though is it's marked twice though. So it's marked on the thing, but it's also marked again right there where it looks perfectly marked fine. Like it's a good, nice cartouche. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out. Yeah, and it's regular TRIFARI, not crown TRIFARI, just so you know. But anyways, the auction started at $5 for those. Those were just very different. They are probably about the size of a $50. Very unique earrings for sure. All right, cool. Thanks for looking at that. Okay. All right. Let's do... I'll bring you another demi-parure set. But I think I'm going to lower the price just a teeny bit. But I do want you to know I did do all my normal same research. Okay. Trying to get my things so I can plug my phone in before it decides to die on me. And then my computer as well. I got to plug it in because if I don't keep it, then all of a sudden out of nowhere, it will just decide to die. And then I won't be prepared. Okay, so I'm plugging everything in. Okay. All right, so here we go. It's this brooch, which has got some obviously blue, they're called marquee shaped rhinestones. And then you also have these baguettes that are channel set. They're not channel set like, in diamonds and gold jewelry, but, they're a lot that style. And it's just kind of an asymmetrical little brooch there. And then I had the matching earrings that went with it. So they were the earrings. Let me open these up. These are clip back. These are crown TRIFARI, and they go on the ear like that as the brooch sits like that. So that's how it's worn. Okay. Yeah, so that's the demi-parure set. And when I was going in and looking at comps, I was seeing the brooch for, I don't know, I can't remember, $40 or something. I didn't see the actual parure set together. I just saw the brooch, or maybe I would just see the earrings. Hold on. So there's your brooch. Come on. Not that one. That's not. But this one here. It is a really lovely color blue. That's the only one I see pulled up. TRIFARI mid-century rhinestone brooch. Okay, I didn't actually see. Oh, those are the earrings right there. So the earrings are 55, and I didn't see a whole bunch of listings. And usually I try to find kind of the least of the least in cost of all of them to kind of base my price on. So anyways, yeah, so that kind of gives you an idea for the price point there, but I'm going to run that demi-parure set. You don't run my mouth is not working. We don't always run across demi-parure sets. Sometimes we end up finding them at two different times, and then we're like, oh my gosh, I think those match. Okay, very nice. Thanks for looking. It is beautiful. I agree, Don. I love the blues. Okay. This is a cool thing. I have brought this to auction once before. I did lower the price. But from my research, this is another TRIFARI ring. But it's so unique looking. And from my research, I discovered that this was like a set that came where the ball that's in here, you can see it moves. It actually could be replaced in the set that people would buy. I don't know. Maybe I can take a picture of it and I'll show it to you. People would buy the ring and it came with like 5 or 6 different color balls that you could stick in there and switch them out. I only have the ring with this, amber colored one. But when I, did research on it, that's how I discovered it had come with like this set, which is very interesting. It's a neat concept. People have definitely bought and had the ideas of that type thing before. So here you can see the ring. That's the individual ring by itself. That's the individual ring by yourself. It's not pulling up. Once before I had pulled up where it actually showed a whole set where it had the interchange. Oh, look, right here at the top. It says Vintage TRIFARI Interchangeable Statement Ring. Let's see what that brings me to. There you go. So like here, are you going to let me pick it? There it is. There's the ring. And then they would change it out with the different colors. But here's the thing. I suppose you could get this ring in whatever size this is. If you could find marbles, you could switch it out with anything you wanted. You know what I mean? But anyways, I just thought that was interesting. But I just, it's one of those resizable things. It's a little bit bigger than when I tried on the other one, but similar. So that's why I say 6.5. But, I typically wear about a 5.5 on this finger. It's a little bit bigger. But anyways, I'm going to start the auction now. It had a $9 start. But I just wanted to tell you the little story behind it, what I had figured out from my little bit of research. It's definitely very artsy looking, if some people have that style. It is a pretty color. This is very amber. And I love that it can actually kind of spin in here. So that's cool. So thanks for looking and let me tell you the story that I had learned All right. Let's take those away. Okay. Let me get these bags out of the way so I can see what I got left. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. So I'm going to do this necklace. I have also brought this to auction once before. So I lowered the price a little. Well, actually, I lowered the price quite a bit. I lowered the price almost half. But it is this kind of faux pearl necklace that there's the back. It says TRIFARI, Crown TRIFARI is written right down here at the bottom, okay? But it just hooks here, as you see, okay? And then when you wear it, the idea is that you wear it and it, you know, hangs down where you can see it on the side. Now, these are faux pearls. They are not, they are not faux pearls that are glass. They're lighter. They don't have hand knotting in between. So it's a lighter necklace, but it's very pretty. Anyways, so yeah, I'm going to start the auction on that right now. And we have Amelia in for 12 for that necklace. And again, so obviously you can see it's what, 5 strands, and you can put it around however you want. Very lovely. So it looks like, oh, and none of the little pearls are missing there, which obviously is very important. So there you go. It looks like Amelia is going to go home with that. Let me put this one away. Congratulations. That's really pretty, Amelia. It's lighter. You know how when you pick up faux pearls, sometimes they can be glass faux pearls and they'll be heavier. Well, this is like, they're just acrylic, you know, like, but I kind of like that it's lighter because it makes for wearing it. It's just less cumbersome, you know. All right. So thanks for that. All right. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's very pretty. And you got some other lovely other things that you got. And yeah, I'm sure one of the brooches you got, I don't know if any of those brooches have the same look to it. Maybe it'd be overkill. But yeah. So anyways, congratulations on that. Oh, here, real quick, I want to show you this. Trying to get this to hang. Okay, well, that's not pulling up what I want. That's weird. Let me try it again. Huh, it's not. I think that one might be it right there, similar. Okay, well, there's one similar. Okay, well, there it is right there. I don't know if I'll actually find it. I hate it when they bring you to a page where there's like 12 billion. I'm not taking the time to dig through that. Okay, anyways. Now there's a couple of the little, I want to give it a little cleaning. You know, it just needs a little bit of cleaning. So I'll make sure I do that before I send it to you. Okie dokie. Let's see here. All right. How about we do this buyer's choice? All it is, oh, we already did the short ones. Never mind. Ignore that. I didn't mean to bring that one. I wanted to bring some of these longer buyer's choice chains. Okay, so these are all TRIFARI, obviously. Very different styles, 3 different chains that, if interested. So this has got a TRIFARI cartouche right there on the, or a little maker's mark, right? You know, there on that, you know, extra link there. This one is not crown TRIFARI. So on this side, I guess this is herringbone. I can't remember what style chain this is. On this side, it shows a little bit of a texture, but then on the other side, it's all smooth. Okay, so there's almost kind of like 2 different style necklaces that could be worn for layering purposes or whatever. So you got that side versus that side. It kind of gives you 2 different looks in one. This side's kind of a little bit more matted. And the idea isn't that you wear all these at once, but I'm going to show them all to you. So this is another one that's, you know, there's your TRIFARI hang tag there. These are just bar links. This is 28-inch necklace there. I'm just going to double it here for the purpose of putting it up there. But so there's that one. And then I've also got this. I don't know. This kind of reminds me of like a little bit like a popcorn link, because it just, you can feel a little bit of texture on it. And these will sometimes, links will sometimes bend in one certain way. And then you got to like it doesn't bend as easy. Like you see, that's the most I can bend it. But every once in a while, one of the links itself will get bent in itself, and you just have to kind of fold it back up. But obviously, it's holding its shape here for us right now. This one is also 28 inches. I'll just leave that one like that. So this one is a buyer's choice. Did I run it? I didn't mean to run it. That was a mistake. Let me duplicate it and run it again. I don't know. I didn't mean to run it, but if anyone's interested in any of those longer necklaces, great for layering. We have 10 seconds left. Okay. Thanks for looking at all those. All right. All right. I wanted to show this book to you again real quick. I was going to come back to, I was flipping through these pages with you. Now, here is the whole page on TRIFARI necklaces, bracelets, and earrings, and some of them that had the parure sets. I don't know. I thought demi parure was only when you had 2 of them, but they're saying necklace, hinged bracelet, and hoop earrings, and they're calling that a demi parure. I thought demi parure was 2, but maybe parure means all of the pieces that exist, and maybe demi parure means you only have part of them, and maybe sometimes part of them is only 3. I don't know. This looks very like, with all the seed beads, you don't see a lot of TRIFARI like that. This is pretty extraordinary up here. So you've got all these sets. Let's see if I can find the one that has a high value. That one has the highest so far that I see. Chiming in at about 1,000. Pretty neat. And then I showed you this page with all the flowers. And then I showed you this page with all the leaves. And then, of course, that brings us to a page that has creatures. So I thought it would be fun for us to look. Now, a lot of times I don't think of TRIFARI as these, but look, they do have bugs and insects, so we should look out for them. Like, look, this jelly belly fly pin is worth $1,000. He's vermeil sterling silver with gray lucite belly, clear rhinestones. I don't think I've ever seen those. Cool. Look at this, a snail. You see a lot of these interesting creatures. I know. Isn't that seahorse incredible? I've never seen these TRIFARI pieces, because I just think a lot of TRIFARI is, having a lot of flowers. Look at the walking of the ducks. Set of duck and baby duck scatter pins. So you have the duck coming out of the shell and just a baby and growing and growing. That is too much. Huh. And here you have another bird coming out. It's a jelly belly coming out of a shell, like an eggshell. And then more jelly bellies over here with the dogs and the roosters. Wow, look at this one. You've got birds in a tree with a birdhouse. That's too cute. Wow. I really got to try to, I wonder if I went and tried to hunt and search, seeing one of these in person would be amazing. Isn't this a fun book? I like it. All right, there's still more pages to show you, but I'm trying to spread it out. So I spread out the love and not give it all up at once. Okay, so let's keep going. I'm going to bring, oh, this is beautiful. I just picked this up the other day. And I can't find, I definitely see some similar to it, but I can't find the exact one. But whoa, like this is just stunning. And this is about 2.25 inches, and it's got all these bezel set emerald cut, so sparkly, just whoa. And then on the back you have your mark right here in the middle. I don't know if it's crown TRIFARI or not. Let me see. It is not. It's just TRIFARI. Yes, maybe we do miss them in the wild because they're not as we would have expected them to look like. You're right. Like, those are not things that I would ever look at and think those were TRIFARI pieces. Wow, it's very interesting. I bet you they're marked. It'd be really interesting to find one for real. We should go online and here, like, I can, if I think about it, you guys, Dawn and Amelia and Mel, I'll take I'll take a picture on my phone of those pages in my book, and that will give you enough information then for you to try to go and look some of them up, because it'd be so interesting, wouldn't it, to find them. And I can just send you messages on District with just a picture of those. If you're interested, you don't have to do anything with it, but if you wanted to. This is really heavy. It's a really significant brooch. And when I did try to go up and do a search for it, I found one similar to it, but I couldn't find the exact one. Let me show you what I found. Yeah. Well, I've seen other jelly bellies, but not necessarily ones that are TRIFARI, because other companies made jelly bellies too, right? Or was that just a specific TRIFARI thing? So I did find these earrings when I searched that look just like the brooch, and they're like $100 or something crazy, or 95. So those are the earrings that match the brooch that I got. but that was the only one I found because all these others look similar but not exactly the same, and their prices are kind of all over the place. So anyways, so that's a really good price on that brooch. So I'm going to go ahead and start the auction now. If anyone wants a real statement brooch, that's sparkly statement brooch. That's the one. I got to bring up my fancy light here and you can really see the sparkle. Woo! There you go. Thank you so much for looking at that. Okay. All right. Now, what can I bring you next? What did she say? It's thought by some people that TRIFARI developed the Jelly Belly, but there is no proof. Okay, I didn't know that. I have some Jelly Bellies that are not TRIFARI. Okay, got it. Some other companies did it too. Okay. Sorry for the crunch. I just put a piece of candy in my mouth. I probably shouldn't be biting down on it. It's bad for my teeth. Okay. So this was a cute little acrylic red, white, and blue kind of choker necklace. Looks like this with these, they're just acrylic. But what a great little 4th of July piece. It can be super short. It does have its normal TRIFARI hang, and it also says TRIFARI there. Okay. And so, yeah, I mean, I think 14 inches was not even putting it at the very beginning. So it can be super short. You know what I mean? But it's really meant, what a great 4th of July necklace. So I'm going to start the auction there. It's an $8 start. Hey there, Val. How are you? Good to see you. Happy Sunday. We got 10 seconds left on that little kind of choker necklace. Summery 4th of July. Awesome. Thanks for looking. Okay. All right. So I think Mel's seen this brooch before. I think Mel loved this brooch. I don't know if she's still out there. Are you still awake, Mel? You probably are. I lowered this a little bit from when I brought it the last time. Now, this has got like this, they describe it as like this volcano. Hey, welcome in, Amy Pernisi. Welcome in, welcome in. This, it's like a lava glass rock, and I'm going to show you. It's very, it's pretty rare, and there was like a whole kind of design thing around that. There's a whole bunch of pieces that would look similar to it, but pretty valuable. And I may not be able to pull up the exact one, but I can probably pull up ones that had some similar look. Like here's one here that definitely has some of the same volcano. They call it, oh, there was lava, right? That's how they described it. Lava glass stones. But obviously this is similar to this. They're just a little, bit different. But that one sold at $125. Let's see the other. And here's the back of this one. The TRIFARI is written, Crown TRIFARI is written right down there at the bottom. Okay. There you go. Yeah, but close up, that's exactly what you're looking at here. Okay. So I just want you to know. So let me go pull that up where that price point came from. But I started the auction now on this gorgeous brooch using this lava glass It's very unique for sure. We've got 9 seconds left here, and I have to go and use, it always looks better when I put it on that. Woohoo! Isn't that pretty? It's definitely unique. Okay, cool. Thanks for looking at that. I gotta make sure the pin is not poking me. Okay. All right. Okay. This is just a simple, I don't know why I had this separate from the others. I think it's because I had I made this one a lower price. You know how the other textured brooches that I did were like a starting of like $7 or $8 that this one wasn't quite, it didn't have all the texture to it. I mean, it's still, when you go and Google Lens it definitely shows, but it looks like Lori, who's already gone to sleep, I don't know, I think she went, it's her birthday, but she did have a pre-bid on it, but you guys are welcome to bid as well. I'm running the auction now. It was a $5 start, and this is right about 1 3/4 inches wide. I actually need to do a little bit of a cleanup on it. It looks like it's going to go home with Lori. It's going to look so much better in 2 seconds. I just neglected to clean that before I brought it to the sale. It is not. Okay. So that's much better. All right. So anyways, that's going to go home with her. All right. So now we all, since we've been looking through this book and talking about all this TRIFARI stuff, now we have an agenda. We all have to go rewatch the movie with Madonna and about Evita. And then we all want to go research all these interesting brooches that we never imagined would have been made by TRIFARI. They're definitely unique, All right, so let me bring another one of these big kind of statement necklaces. This is what a lower price point. It's still just as lovely. It's big, but it's this is gold tone, reticulated. Yeah, but when you look up the prices for those others price wise have just really kind of skyrocketed. But anyways, this is reticulated. It does have texture in there within the 3 spaces. Kind of creates this teardrop shape, pear shape. I'm just going to put it up like that. Actually, let me. All right. You always got to make it look pretty, right? All right. So yeah, nice statement necklace it's got a 28-inch rope, and the rope, it's like triple link. You can see how the links kind of alternate like that, and then they're textured as well. So a $14 start on that. The auction started now. For anyone interested in that. Yep. And it is pretty heavy. I mean, it's the same. It's a little bit smaller than the other 2 kind of cross stuff I showed you, but I do have another necklace that's similar to that cross one, that's similar size to this one that I haven't brought yet. Okay, thank you for looking. All right. All right, well, I have here I have a buyer's choice of some more brooches. The price point's just a little bit lower on these just because they're a little bit smaller. Most of them are in great condition, but one of them is missing some rhinestones. But to me, I would have, made it and I'm not even sure I hate selling something that's missing things. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I want to have everything fixed before I even bring it. But it's this beautiful kind of flower thing in like a flower pot, but it is missing a baguette there. And then it's also missing a pear-shaped one right there. I think I could probably find those, but, I don't know. There's no guarantee. I could try, but I can't promise. But that's why I put this in here kind of with the other ones that, let me bring them. So there's that, but I still think it's super pretty. Isn't it? Okay, and the other ones that are in this buyer's choice, you can pick one. It's a $5 start. Was this gold tone, kind of feathery with faux pearls? That is Crown TRIFARI cartouche right there. And again, the size of these, are smaller than those other ones from earlier. This sits in this direction, and it is also matte with some shiny on the side. And it says Crown TRIFARI right there. And then this is all shiny, doesn't have any matte or texture on it. But you do kind of see through it, the bars intentionally. It kind of gives it sort of a geometric look. What?
Keep an eye out and let me know if I have a delay or cancellation tomorrow.
Oh.
It's supposed to snow a lot, and some other schools are canceling.
Actually, I will. I'll let you know. Okay. Good night. I remember that as a kid when I used to go to bed and you'd hope for a snow day and you'd like hope and pray that you'd wake up to tons of snow and you'd get the day off. He's a high school senior, so there's never anything wrong with wishing. Anyways, so those are the 4, but just know the reason I that's why I put this one in here, because it's possible that if you buy it, I may not have stones to replace it. I'll try, but I can't promise. But it is pretty. So it's a $5 start, and you get to choose any of those. They're all Crown TRIFARI. All 4 of them are. For any interested takers in that. We got Mel in for 5. And it looks like Mel's going to get to pick the one she wants. I think this one's beautiful. And this reminds me of the pictures in the book more than anything. The P, there's no P. This is a feather. Is that the one you're talking about? You're cracking me up. Isn't that a feather? Am I looking at it wrong? You're thinking of like peas in a pod. Okay. It does have you can ever so slightly, a little bit of gold loss right there on the edge, but nowhere else. Okay. So we'll put that aside and I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm going to run it again. And the auction just started for those 3. Of all of them, this one kind of reminds me of the ones in the book. It just doesn't have colored rhinestones. But we usually see ones like that? No. Okay, so Bumble and Light is in. Looks like she gets to choose. The flowers, of course, yes. And I will do my best to try to find some rhinestones to replace. I do harvest rhinestones, and sometimes, I can find those. But, a perfect size pear-shaped one, I keep fingers crossed. But I'll try. Okay, so the P brooch is going in there for Mel. That's funny. And then Amelia. Do you have a rhinestone bank? I've heard sellers talk about that. I don't have a rhinestone bank. I just, sometimes when other jewelry is not repairable, I'll take the rhinestones out and I'll just kind of save them so I can use them for repair. But what do you mean by a bank where like people can go and get rhinestones and where people like all dump, like where people can like share different rhinestones and stuff like that? That's interesting. Okay. So this is going to you. No, just for your own use. Right. Yeah. I mean, but look how pretty. Isn't that pretty? I mean, even if I couldn't find it, I'm fairly confident. I know right here behind this, I definitely have a baguette. This is the one that I'm not sure. But worst case scenario, I'll put a round one in there and it'll just fill up the end of it. Is that okay with you? If I'm not able to find, are you okay with me just putting a round clear rhinestone at the end of it just to give it the sparkle? Okay, no problem. I'll do the best I can. Yes, it is stunning. Probably definitely worth more than $5. I've actually not taken a picture of this one. I should try because I'm curious. Definitely looks different than a lot of other Monet brooches. TRIFARI brooches. So we've got this, you've got the TRIFARI Alfred Felipe. You see, this is the kind of stuff we were looking at in the book. That's all you got to do is type in TRIFARI Arthur Felipe, and then it's going to bring all the stuff we were talking about in the book. How funny. Okay. But I was trying to see. Okay. There you go. There it is. Right there. And I think they had a price on it of $40. Oh, I don't want the update. No, thank you. It's not what I'm trying to do. Oh, I think it's being sold on District. That's why it keeps trying to go to that site. Someone has it listed on District. But anyways, that's cool. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this and run it again. We've got those two kind of swirly brooches left. They're similar in size and swoop. And I was going to say, I'm willing to rerun it and change the starting price to $4 since the two better ones to me got picked. So just for any takers, that's what I did, is I moved it to $4 if anyone was interested in that. Otherwise, I'm going to pick them up and move on. Okay, we got 10 seconds left. Three, two, and one. Okay, thanks for looking. Okay. Okay, this is pretty significant. When I go and Google search this, it definitely comes up as pricey, like $100 pricey. It's very, very, very heavy. Definitely a statement. Boy, and the gold tone, though, looks fantastic on it. And it can actually be shorter than that. I wasn't making it the shortest. So that's, I think, the shortest it can go. So it's looking like that. So it is a bit, statement necklace with that beautiful teal. I think it's lucite because I read up some other, I read about it on Google Lens. Go away. But yeah, so this is the kind of things I was coming across for that necklace. 125, 115, 100, pretty. Anyways, super heavy. It's got this sort of roping. Oh, you see, the perfectionist is me is like, I can't have that. Hold on. I got to have this twist right. It's going to bug me. There we go. Much better. I know you cared. You probably didn't care at all. But it's pretty significant, pretty heavy. It's a really beautiful color on that. That's what the back looks like. It's got its mark right there. Now I completely messed up the whole way it was supposed to lay because I flipped it over. Oh, there we go. All right, so I'm going to start the auction now. That's definitely a statement necklace. Definitely got some value as well. Sorry, I'm eating shortbread in the background. You guys ever give these at Christmas time? I put them in my kid's stocking. And then one of my kids wasn't eating all their stocking food, so I went and stole it from him. Thank you for looking. Where is this baggie? Oh, here. Okay, we got about not many left. I'm almost done. We're really close. So, let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly a sixth one if you're interested, because I'm not quite sure it's TRIFARI. I have a question. Oh, and I got this one too. Oh, you know what? Did I ever run this auction? Maybe I haven't run this one yet. This is a buyer's choice. Let's do this. Oh, I haven't done it yet. Okay. So these are all pierced earrings. I'm literally doing a $250 start. You pick one. They're all pierced. These are acrylic. Okay. Just kind of squared frame around it. And it's got, this actually says, I think this one, I don't think they all say Crown TRIFARI, but this one does not say Crown TRIFARI. This is regular TRIFARI. So you got those. And then we have these interesting looking dangles here. I mean, like kind of hooks that, they go in your ear like that. So from the front, you see these. From the side, you see that. Okay. Oh, and then the back, you can see the TRIFARI mark right here. And also, that's not Crown TRIFARI. That's just regular TRIFARI. So there's that choice. I like the red. It's a really like deep red. And then these are just like button earrings with like a rope around it. Puffy dome, like pretty significant. And it says TRIFARI right up there at the top. And it is also not Crown TRIFARI, just regular TRIFARI. Okay, so I'm going to start that auction at $250. Woo, let's see what happens. The auction's running now. They're all pierced. For any interested takers, we got Amelia in for $250. with 7 seconds left. And looks like she gets to pick. And what you think? The red dangles. I like those. They're definitely pretty. Okay. So I'm going to take those out for you. And then I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to start the auction again. So it's between these two. These are definitely heavier metal. This is metal around, but it's got the acrylic. So for any takers there, let me get a baggie. Okay, thanks for looking. All right. Thanks there, Amelia. Oh, I will also put new backs on those. But you know that. You've ordered from me before. You know I'm going to get you squared away. I assume you've received all your stuff from before and everything was all fine. There you go. Okay, and we're done with these. Thanks for looking. And then, all right, real quick, what I was going to do before I go to some of these last pieces is I was going to flip the page to the last page. Can you believe there's still another page to look at? This was so awesome, this page. I loved it. It was not expected. So for those of you who had popped in late, you package everything very well. You are a perfectionist as I am, so I extra appreciate it. No problem. Glad to hear. Anyways, so that was a fun page. Like, if those of you popped in later, obviously I'm doing all TRIFARI today, and I was showing this book that I had gotten from another one of our sellers here. That's a fabulous book, and it had a whole section on TRIFARI, a little bit about history. And I was trying to at first ask some, like trivia questions, but I'm not confident in my knowledge of TRIFARI. I'm learning right along the way with everybody else. I think Mel probably knows the most. Maybe other people too. I don't know. But this had a lot of historical stuff, but then it had a lot of great stuff to look at. It had some demi-parure and parure sets here. Then it kind of showed a lot of its brooches, floral brooches and leaves. And then it had this last page here that we looked at with all of these creatures. I never, ever would have thought these would be TRIFARI. I've never seen these out in the wild, and now I just have to look. But here's the last page. I think this is the last page, yes, before we go to Vendome was the next one. It says miscellaneous pins. Let's see what it says. Hold on. I'm going to turn this book upright and hang with me for 1 second. Okay. Miscellaneous pins. For many collectors, the great appeal of TRIFARI pins lies in their sheer diversity. Bows, hearts, shells, and flags are all the perennial favorites, but human figural, architectural, pictorial, and abstract designs are also much sought after, and the most prestigious of all are the classic crown pins. And they had said that they were going to talk about these crown pins, and they're so we got to look out for those. Woo! And that's that colors from that Evita movie and that whole line of, jewels from India. But let me lay this flat while we look at this. But here are some other more unique. Look at this is a bridge with a swan under it. What is this? Some of these, I never would look at them and think that they are TRIFARI. Look at this one up here, early and relatively rare duet pin. Oh, I know that. Didn't Sarah Coventry make a lot of duet pins where you can wear them together, but then you can pull them apart and wear them separately? Isn't that how they work? It's and with a lot of these fancier, more high, obviously they don't normally put TRIFARI generally doesn't make their pins sterling silver or vermeil, but with a lot of these fancier ones, more high-end ones, they definitely use precious metals and gemstones. I'm loving the little mushrooms here. Look at this guy, the sailor pin in white metal with clear rhinestones and flesh bone. That's hard for you to read. Enameled head and pale blue enameled globe. And we got that. Look at that one. That's pretty. A lantern. That there's nothing about that makes me think of TRIFARI. Oh, wow. This is a faux fabric bow tie pin, and it's not actually fabric, even though it looks it. I can't really give you the gist because of the way the light's hitting. Let me turn it a little bit. There you go. It's designed by Diane Lowe, who designed the first TRIFARI from 1971 to 1974. But it isn't actually made of fabric. It's just made to look like it. And so here are the crown pins. So we'll read about those last. We'll come and read about those when we come look at the book at the very end. See how it's spreading out the love. Okay. And so what did Mel say here? Yes, that is how it works. During World War II, all makers used silver because pot metal went to war items. Oh, okay. I got it. Wow. Okay. So you're saying all designers during World War II were often using sterling silver in their designs when normally they didn't. And then they maybe went back to not sterling silver. Wasn't sterling silver valuable for them back then also, though? I would have think it was. Okay, so these are the last couple things I have. Just a couple right here in my hand. That's it. And the last one, I'm not even sure it's TRIFARI, so I want to do this one first because Mel's still here right now, and maybe she can answer this question. Mel, when I was digging through my stuff to try to find TRIFARI stuff, I literally, like I said, I probably spent 5 hours digging through all my stuff. I came across these earrings. And the only reason I pulled them is because it had the letter TF, which, obviously on an open earring like this, there's really no place to put TRIFARI. So I was thinking, well, maybe that meant TRIFARI and they just didn't have room to put it anywhere. Do you know if TF was ever used to mean TRIFARI, or do you think that means something totally different? Because, this isn't really a TRIFARI looking earring. It's a beautiful earring. But I can't, when I do a Google Lens search on this, I don't find this earring. So I wasn't sure. So think about that. I'm going to put that off to the side. It's I don't know what TF meant. Okay. Section of our evening. Okay. So this is a acrylic, very simple. Necklace. And so up here at the top, you have TRIFARI written right there on the, extra link there by the clasp. And then all of these beads, they're kind of it started small there, but then they went to bigger beads. And they're kind of like swirly. They're interesting in shape. And in between each one, they have these little spacer beads. Okay. So, yeah, it was a very simple TRIFARI acrylic necklace. Nothing too fancy. But I literally have a $6 start on it. But great for layering and all that. So, I'm going to start the auction on that for anybody interested in that necklace. TRIFARI necklace. Right at the tail end. Welcome in, BC servers. B server. I'm sure I'm butchering that name, but welcome in. Hey, thanks for your bid, Val. Appreciate it. Looks like that's going to go home with you. It's in great condition. The color looks great. Like it looks perfect. So, awesome. And I'm just going to put it in this bag for now, Dawn, but I will get it put in a separate bag when I ship it off to you. Okay? And I did have Dawn, not Dawn, I'm sorry, Val. When I ship it off to you, I'll put it in a separate bag. Okay. So, okay, I don't know if TRIFARI ever used that. I have not seen it before. I haven't either. So I'm going to do some research. I won't bring these to auction night, but aren't they pretty? They're pretty. I'll have to figure out what I think that is. Sorry, I wanted to grab a different bag. Okay. Note to self, I'll never start with the mirror again. Remember how I started off with my mirror and it was just a disaster? The lights were shining and everything. It was just all wrong. So I won't do that again. Okay, here's another one of those awesome pendant necklaces. I've been bringing you a couple of different ones this evening. Been showing you some different price points, kind of where you kind of get a feel for where my price points are coming from. Now, this is the only one tonight that actually was 2-strand. So it's on a lovely textured link chain. And the shorter of them is 17 inches to here. And it's got a lovely kind of pear-shaped, swirly, textured, dimensional. You got some domed going on there. And then a longer one below that. Hold on, I'm going to pull this down here so it hangs a little bit higher. Okay, so it's looking like that. And I wanted to show you, that cross I brought earlier in the night. It looks like clearly when they made this one, they made the cross at the same time, because I'm going to show you how similar they look. This was the cross I showed you earlier. And you see all the design and the swirl and like the 3 little dots. Well, you got the same thing here. They're like made the same. The thing in the middle is similar. So you can tell that they were designed kind of in the same set of jewelry. And so just wanted to point that out. And then when I did a Google search on that, I actually found several of them that weren't the 2-strand ones. Only a couple of the ones that popped up were 2-strand. But you can see price point wise, there's one there for $125, but then you got one there for $50. There it is again. But then you have ones here where it's only 1 strand. And here it is for $80, and it's just 1 strand. So I'm not, kind of price points were all over there. There it is again. Or actually, I think that one's smaller. Oh, that's it right there. But I don't even know where that is. What the heck? Like some of these sites are not, but Etsy and obviously eBay, yes. So with that $50 one, I didn't see that $50 one there earlier. I only saw ones that were like 100 and I think like an 85. So I am going to lower my price now that, I always try to take that lowest price and then give you a very fair deal from that. So I'm going to literally take that 48 and I'm going to change it to, since we saw the one that was for 50, and I'm going to change it to 38. And so that's going to be a really good find if someone gets that. Obviously some people are listing it for 100, but that's why I did that, just because we saw it there for less. So there you go. I'm going to run the auction there on that. Yeah, it's really lovely. Textured chain. And I don't know if I showed you the back, but here it is. And it says Crown TRIFARI right here at the bottom. So there you go. Thanks for looking, everyone. Okay. All right. I've got one more. Believe it or not, I've got one more demi-parure to bring you. Woohoo! It's a really pretty one, actually. Okay. And let's just do that now, because I have two more items, and I'll go ahead and bring this one. And I might just lower this just a little bit. Okay, so this is beautiful. I wasn't able to find a lot on this thing. I might have been able to find the earrings, but this is a really pretty, and actually the texturing of it reminds me, in the way it's done, of the texturing of this. And obviously these don't have pearls. It looks a little bit different, but it was similar. And so this is a 7-inch necklace. None of the pearls are missing. They all are in great color, great condition. It has a fold-over clasp, and then it's got its mark for Crown TRIFARI right there on the back. You can see, and so yeah, so that's what it's looking like on my wrist. Okay, it's really pretty. And then it's got these lovely clip back earrings to finish off the demi-parure set. So that's what the earrings look like. They were kind of like a round, buttony. And actually, they would go in the ear like this. Let me flip it around so you're seeing how it would go in the ear. Yeah, it would go like that. That's how it would sit in the ear. Okay. So that's the set. And when I went in and did some research, most bracelets for Crown TRIFARI were looking, just the bracelet alone was sitting at, probably $50, $60 for just the bracelet. I couldn't find this exact one, but I just want to see if I could find the earrings. It's a really beautiful demi-parure set. Yeah, I just didn't come up with I just couldn't find it. So it must be, to me, that's a good thing, because I think it's more rare. It's less, when I can't find anything on it at all, to me, that makes me go, So again, looking back here, that's the kind of open work. And we have our Crown TRIFARI mark. Oh, it's upside down right there on those clip backs. So I did have this set as 54, but I just lowered it to 48. Sorry, how is this going? Okay, there we go. So that's what we're looking at. It's a beautiful set. All right, so I'm going to start the auction now. That's the last set there that I have that I'm bringing you tonight. I do have a few more earrings I was going to show you. We've got 9 seconds left. Okay. Thank you for looking. It is beautiful. It's very soft. I like the really kind of, it's not shiny, you know what I mean? It's kind of a very soft appearance about it. And I love the open work. So anyways, thanks for looking. All right, I have these 2 earrings. These are the last things I have tonight. I didn't get a chance to list them yet, but I could do that real quick. So these are very interesting. I thought they would go really well with the fact that we had that one earring, remember? The earring that, you could put the little marble in or whatever. So these are just acrylic. There's no part of me that thinks those are amber. I will take a quick little Where's my black light? I don't actually know where it is right now. I can't pull it out. There's no part of me that thinks that those are amber. Amber has a different, this seems very acrylic to me. But anyways, so those are clip back earrings. Also not a typical TRIFARI style. It is crown TRIFARI, as you can see there. So I was just, I didn't even have a chance to look it up. I just ran out of time when I got to these two. So let me do a quick little Google lens, and maybe we'll find out what they are, because Google Lens will tell me. So if any of you didn't already know this, when you're searching on Google Lens, there is a way to add to your search that sometimes can, and it doesn't look like I need to add to my search because a lot of them came up. So here we are. Okay, that's not the same earring. That looks like the same earring, but it's not. We need a TRIFARI one. Honey, amber, root beer, marbled. So I am going to add to my search. Sometimes when you don't really get what you're looking for, okay, so here's Crown TRIFARI faux tortoise shell clip-on earrings. Yeah, I'd say those are those. That's what's here too. Yeah, so about what I thought, about $20. So I'm happy to run those for, you know, $5. So let me just add that real quick. And they were actually crown TRIFARI, not just TRIFARI. They were crown TRIFARI. So let me add that. Okay. So I'm going to move that to stage. And if I have anybody interested, they definitely are different. Val's in for $5. They're very pretty. I mean, look at the color. And we got 5 seconds left. And so here the clip back works just fine. And it looks like they've been loved and used, but they're fully functional. So there you go. Those are going to go home with Val. Yay. All right. Where'd my pen go? I lost my pen. Oh, here it is. Okay, cool. Thanks, Val. All right. These last earrings are really pretty. You're most welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Those are definitely unique for Crown TRIFARI, that's for sure. Okay, so there you go. And then these last earrings, look at how interesting they are. They are also clip back. So they come out of kind of like a stud and with a dangle there, kind of a filigree, kind of briolette, almost like a pear. And these are not crown TRIFARI, they're regular TRIFARI, okay. But they work just fine there. The gold tone looks great, okay. Now I guess these intentionally are supposed to move. Maybe that's a comfort thing. Let's see if this one does that too. Oh, that's obviously something about the way it's designed. Okay. Now, when I did a Google search on this, because I did get a chance to look that up, they were like $60. So let's see here. They're definitely pretty. My lighting is terrible. It just wants to be blurry. Okay, there we go. Okay, so $45. TRIFARI signed, filigree. And here they are there. 45, oh, that one's similar. But, well, 45 anyhow. So, yeah, they're really pretty. I like them. Okay. So I would be willing to start those at like 7. So for anyone interested, I will create one last listing for those. But we've done good. This is way better short end time than the other night. I don't need to be going no 5 hours. That's too long. I have to bring less inventory to my sale. That's the thing. This was a good amount of inventory tonight. Okay. All right. And so, see if I can hang them on my hand the way they would look on the ear for you to appreciate that as you. Yeah, so they'd look like that. So I'm going to start the auction now. Very pretty, very, I love filigree, the look. I don't like really heavy statement, I like that daintiness of that. And Val's in for 7. It's a really nice earring. All right. Those are really pretty. Okay, so those are going to go with Val. Now, real quick, I'm going to pull that book over and we can read just real briefly about the crowns that we've been learning about with the TRIFARI stuff. And if there's anything in the store that you see that I've run, if you've popped in this sale later this evening and you're like, oh, she already ran that, I'm happy to run it again if it didn't sell, obviously. So you can view, I think, Mel, tell me if I'm right, or Val, or any of you that, are regulars here. From your perspective, because what you see is different than what I see. Can you currently in my store see the items that I ran auctions for, but that did not sell, so that people could still view those in my store enough to go, hey, can you rerun blank? Or does it disappear for people once I've just run it, even if it wasn't bought? Oh, you can. Okay, that's what I want. I just wanted to make sure I was telling people correctly. Not that they have to do that, but just that the options there to view those. Okay, so while we look here at the, thank you, Val. If we look here at the little thing about TRIFARI crowns, we finished up there. Woohoo, that is nice and simple. I like that. Let me get the thing here. But you can holler at me if there's anything you want me to rerun if you came in later. Okay, so we're just going to look at this part here about the crowns, because earlier in our book, when we were looking at this, they were talking about here, when they were talking about Alfred Felipe, the chief designer, they mentioned that notable among many of the things he designed are the much sought after 1940s crown pins and the Lucille and the Lucite jelly bellies, which we talked about the jelly bellies. And so let's read about the crowns, and then we will head home to bed. I'm just moving my phone so it can be upright for you. All right. From the 1930s and 1950s, TRIFARI astutely produced a series of crown pins to coincide with a string of hugely popular romantic historical movies that fired public interest in the lifestyle and trappings of European royalty. The inclusion of the crown silhouette in TRIFARI's trademark from around 1937 is testament to the commercial success of an enduring line that encompassed a wide range of fanciful designs, including the coronation gems, launched in 1953. However, the most sought-after pins are those designed by Alfred Felipe in the 1940s, incorporating large cabochons on heavy vermeil sterling silver encrusted with rhinestones. They are opulent masterpieces of design. These 1940s vermeil silver examples should not be confused with TRIFARI's 1980s reissues in lighter weight base metals, which command significantly lower prices. So that's the big differentiation between these and the ones they remade, is the ones here were in vermeil or in just regular sterling. So you have that large crown pin that was from the movie, the same colors from the Jewels of India. I think that's the one, that crown pin. Oh, maybe, I don't know if it was part of this at all. It might be, I'm not sure. The colors are the same. Maybe they're the colors of the flag there. I don't know. What are the flag colors there? Hold on. Yeah, what was the country that the husband, Evita was, I can't remember. You said the country earlier, and now I don't remember, but I'm just curious if those are the flag colors. The fleur-de-lis finial crown pin of sterling silver set with round-cut clear crystal rhinestones. The design is the medieval inspiration and comprises stylized, I'm reading sideways, so it's difficult for me, forelet and floral forms topped with a heraldic fleur-de-lis finial. I can't even pronounce that word right. Yes. Oh, Venezuela. Okay. And this last one, crown pin of vermeil sterling silver with emerald green, ruby red, and clear rhinestones and a ring of faux pearls. Well, we've got some looking out to do, ladies. All of these. My whole mindset of what I thought TRIFARI was, because we get the basic TRIFARI. Like I don't know, you might have to be royalty to shop in a store that has all those fancinesses, Yeah, so that's all I got for you guys. I appreciate you coming. It was fun tonight doing it. And, like I said, I got really organized, and I set aside and made entire tubs, which here they are. I'll give you a little field trip here. but I made them today of I can bring these different nights, but in all of my inventory, which is a lot of jewelry, this was kind of Hong Kong and Japan jewelry. Obviously, I had the most of Monet. Look at all of that Monet. That would take like 3 nights. Here, I had a ton of J. Crew, Stella and Dot, Ann Taylor, Banana Republic. The quality, these are less vintage, but the quality of this jewelry is so heavy and well made. That's why I kind of bunched them together. Now, there could have been a lot of other brands that I could have pulled, but I just stuck to a few because otherwise I would have just had, here I was pulling West Germany, Austria, Emmons, Czech, which it's mostly West Germany and Austria that's in here. And then I also pulled Sarah Coventry. You see, this is about the amount of inventory I had tonight for you guys. So that's like a night's worth. Then I got a ton of Avon, obviously. Lots of Avon. We could do a week of that. And then I had pulled Napier and Cora. So I kind of did all that work now ahead of time. So when I get ready for a show, I'm not touching this stuff until after I do a show on it because now I did all the work. So anyways, I'm going to be signing off here. Cherish Relics Boutique is saying good night. So y'all need to go to bed. And I will have my show tomorrow night, my normal Monday night show. I honestly haven't decided what I'm doing yet. I probably may just do a haul. Sometimes I just like to do a haul with less sales. So I may just bring a haul. I may do a little bit of pop-up sales, but I'd rather it be more fun about just looking at the jewelry. So y'all have a great night, and thanks for coming, and we'll see you next time around. Later. Thanks for participating and being with me tonight. Take care.